game episode. I am Tormented by Gnomes, Dungeon Master of Quest for the Book of Dawn, Tales from the Golden Bough, Red Sky City, a few of our other shows here on the channel. And joining me are 4 of our community members who have been super awesome and involved and have supported the channel and always show up to harass people in chat and give them disadvantage on their rolls. I'm really excited to have them with us. Let's go ahead and run through and have everyone introduce themselves briefly, starting with ECAT.
Hello, chat. I am the mythical ECAT. I am personally responsible for not 1, not 2, but 7 acts of God. I'm a little bit about me. I'm a 20-year-old college student at the University of Pittsburgh, somehow trying to survive COVID semester. So that's very fun. Today's game will be very interesting. Looking forward to it.
Excellent, thank you. Next up, you may know him as the other guy who does Anacra lore. You may know him as Darius Ravengard, or his alter identity, Crevine the Fox, NinjaManMat.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Long time no see. As always, I'm going to be doing my best to have a good time and stump Joe whenever possible. Hopefully there will be a lot less fire this time around. And my intent is to play a dwarf and really just butcher through a weird Scottish accent through this thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Canonically, I don't know if we've established that the snow dwarves have Scottish accents, but you know.
Oh, well, you know what? We haven't established nothing, so we'll get there when we get there, lad.
Yep. All right. Next up, NWCTim.
That's canon now. Yeah, I'm NWCTim. You can find me at NWCTim on the Casting Castles Discord and Sideshow's Discord, and that's about it.
Brilliant. Thank you and welcome. Last but not least, there's some guy on the show.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that. Who is this some guy? Oh, he's me. Hello, everyone. My name is Some Guy on the Casters and Castles Discord and various other Overwatch League casters Discords. I am a professional disadvantage dealer joining the cast today in order to receive all of your disadvantages and hopefully some inspiration as well, please.
On that note, I will point out, one, again, I'm happy to have you all here with us. We always appreciate your support. Makes it a lot easier to do the shows that we love. Also, everything's active. You should be able to use your channel points to inflict disadvantage, grant treasures, healing boosts, name things. So please, turnabout is fair play. Go nuts.
Are we allowed to spend channel points to give ourselves advantage?
No. You know how many times Matt's asked me that when he's just getting absolutely boomed by chat? If the answer was no for him, the answer is still no.
Didn't Brent try to do that once or twice?
Yes, it has. If you'll allow it, it has come up before. All right, wow. ECAT got treasure and inspiration, so we'll bank that for the time being and run with it later.
Very nice.
All right, so what were we doing? Yes, today's adventure. During Arc 3 of the Quest for the Book of Dawn, when our heroes traveled through the Sky Kingdom with the village of Hraidur and the Aurai winged elves and the Arakokra of that place, and they helped fend off the Knights of Terra Nimbus, there was a terrible battle around the village. The Siege of Hraidur brought about when Allan O'Dale deliberately sold out the position of the village to Vindur, the Sovereign of the Skies, in order to get access to his garden, sneak in, steal a golden bough from a golden tree, on the advice of a snake that is some sort of aspect, messenger, minion, something of Zethius, the Infernal. During this battle, while all sorts of almighty powers were doing battle far above in the skies, Sin, the Sovereign of Fire, reappeared. The curse of Uzul overtook Aaron, turning him against his comrades once again. And it was just a pitched cosmic battle. The people down below on the ground, the little farming hamlet far below, they mostly saw thunder clouds up above, you know, just darkness, and they heard thunder and flashes of lightning echoing back and forth. But they did see a couple of things, because we had in play during that episode the gravity zone. They saw a storm giant fall and get its neck snapped by a pinpoint, something way up in the sky. and its body collapsed to the ground and sent shudders through the earth. They also saw a roke, a gigantic bird with wingspan so large it can feast on elephants the way that eagles and hawks feast on mice. Okay, maybe, like marmots or something. We'll go up from mice a little bit. It simply, on the magical compulsion of Allan O'Dale, decided to just drop out and fall to the mortal realm below. But a beast that, even that far of a fall, probably a couple of thousand feet from the clouds themselves, was not enough to slay a creature of that magnitude. Plus, if we're going to get into the aerodynamics of the thing, it's got feathers, it doesn't have a huge amount of mass, the impact wouldn't have been as severe, blah, blah, blah. So the roke did not die. With the enchantment dispelled by the impact, it took out its pain and frustration on some of the nearby villagers, tore up some towns, ate some livestock, and then flew off crippled to the nearby mountains. This is the background of our story. And our story begins in that very same village that is only beginning to pick up the pieces a week later, after the battle of the siege of Hraidor. For there are even darker tales afoot now. Legends of dark wings to the northeast. Yeah, northeast. Scourging fire, for the dragon of Chardalon has been unleashed. And also this is in the middle of a civil war between 3 different countries. So it's not like there's a lot of resources available for these folks to rebuild. They are left on their own. Into this village come our 4 heroes. Why don't you go through and introduce your characters, give us a brief overview of your characters, starting with ECAT.
All right, so I am playing as Kleek. He is a level 5 Aarakocra Ranger. Kleek was a member of the scouting parties of the village of Hraidor. One of the people who first reported on the incoming storm brought on us by Allan O'Dale, though he didn't know that part. During the battle, he had one of his wings clipped by an enemy arrow and fell much like our roke to the ground, and was able to sort of break his fall because his wings weren't that badly damaged, but they were damaged to the point where he couldn't fly. So he had to just wait on the ground, nurse his wounds, and when Hraidor got yeeted off by Sin, he was not around. So he's been in this village. Now that he's healed himself up, he's trying to figure out what he wants to do next, what to do now that his entire purpose in life, helping the village of Hraidor know if the oncoming storm is coming, has been completely upended. And he's sort of part of this quest because, he heard about the roke falling, and sort of it's a good last loose end for him to tie up.
Excellent, thank you. Next up we have NinjaManMat. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, today I'm going to be playing Losali Fallhammer. He is a snow dwarf up from the Freylor, north of the Northern Kingdoms. He's a long way from home because when he was quite a bit younger, he got into a scrap with some not so savory individuals who were looking to collect people, let's say. He was collected, brought down south, and he's been trying to make his way back up ever since. He, during his adventures, ended up coming across a spell book and learned the arts of becoming a wizard by using his studious nature and intellect in order to help him. He is a very lawful individual. He wants to make sure that he can help anyone where he sees fit, and he has heard tale of this monster that could become quite an issue to the land, and he is looking forward to trying to help people.
Excellent, thank you. NWCTim, probably just Tim, but you carry around the extra 3 letters. We're going to keep those. Tell us about your character.
I am playing Hasik, and also an Aarakocra from Hraidor. I was out scouting well ahead of the village when one day it just kind of stopped following me. So I hung out, took a nap, and when it didn't catch up, I went back and saw not the village, but the fortress of Terra Nimbus. So I looked around and decided I should find somewhere to land. And I just kind of got here because I'm a little late to the party.
All right, welcome. And some guy, tell us about your character.
So today I am playing a boring human named Lumina Sorel. Lumina is a Echo Knight, martial fighter formerly part of the Chorus, a secret organization based on the distant temple island of Irilek. On the way home, having left the Chorus, Lumina happened upon this farm and witnessed the most strange sight of a storm giant falling from the sky and landing on a farm, and also the giant bird that fell with him. And after some pressure from the local villagers, Lumina is now in the middle of this very strange, very bizarre incident.
All right. The four of you have had a little bit of time to survey the village and speak with its people and hear of their plight. The knight who is supposed to protect their lands is off fighting against Galadron on behalf of the armies of Vercinget, hoping that the Kingdom of Stone will once again be able to assert its own autonomy throughout the land. And therefore, they don't have like any strong warriors or able-bodied men and women who would normally protect the village, have all been drafted and called off to the front lines, many of which will never return. So their fate is essentially in the hands of whoever happens to come by, of martial or magical skill, their fate for good or ill. And with the rumors of a terrible dragon ravaging the lands to the northeast, things have gotten even worse. There is one small piece of hope, however, for a hermit from the local woods has emerged, cowled, bearing a simple wooden staff with a twisted, grisly beard. Strands of auburn run through what has largely gone to gray, slightly hunched with a limp. He has emerged from the forest, calls himself a practitioner of the old ways, and says that with a feather from the roke, he can work magic that will help restore the village and protect it from harm. He's offered you adventurers 200 gold pieces each if you sneak up to wherever the wounded rock has found safety and pluck a feather from it. You do not have to kill the beast. You simply need to steal a feather and live to tell the tale.
Sounds easy enough, obviously.
You had to say it.
Chat, give me 1 second. I'm gonna find my Act of God overlay.
Chat
Don't
has a
kill it,
that
Kappa.
is a suspiciously rich hermit.
Is it really 200 gold pieces a person?
Yeah.
And just for
Probably
one rogue feather.
Yeah. I mean, the feather's about as big as at least your leg.
Oh yeah, it's enormous.
If you get one of the pinnings, like one of the small, fluffy under feathers.
Do we get more if we bring more? Or does he just want one?
He only needs a single feather for the magic.
Doesn't matter from where.
I mean, I like backup, magic. That's just me.
Oh,
but-
hey, I mean, those feathers do have magical applications, if not properties. So, by all means. Chat, I am not sure where my overlay went for the Act of God. I haven't used it in a while. So we are going to do this live. Hang on, I'm going to take a quick count while you guys ask questions.
By you guys, you mean us, right?
Yeah.
So, question the first. Are we just assuming we all know each other? I'm totally cool with that. I just want to make sure we're in the same boat.
That's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Cleek and I know each other.
Yeah, that's probably a safe assumption. We latch onto each other as the only two are Kokra in this area, most likely.
I mean, yeah, I figured we trained together, but I was off scout. I was a solo scout. I'm a badass. I don't know about you. You have to scout with a team or something.
Also, quick
Dude's really
question.
flexing.
Which town are we in again? Can you just Give me a quick recap.
You're in the town of...
Does it matter? Is it super important that is a consistent thing?
It's not super important, but if you give me a moment, I'll tie it in real fast.
Hey,
and it'll actually be really fun.
Oh,
Great.
cool. Great.
Chat. Name the town.
Oh yeah, chat, if you get there...
Oh my god.
An act of God.
Let's go.
I haven't even put together my terrible overlay yet for the Act of God. My absolutely cobbled together overlay. All right.
We need to draw it on the battle map.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually really, really smart. Hold on. Okay, you know what? But before this, all 4 of you each roll 1d20.
Okay.
All right. All right, so now I come upon the issue that Acts of God are not installed in this. So let me see if it's possible. Can you export decks? You know what? We're gonna do this super jury rigged, absolutely just cobbled together. First off, no, we're okay. Maybe not quite that bad. First off, congratulations, some guy. You're going to be rolling for the Act of God.
Okay.
Because again, the cards are not in this campaign; they're in the Quest for the Book of Dawn campaign. So,
yeah.
Here's what you're going to do: roll 1d23. Ten. All right.
Oh no.
I don't like this.
Well, it's only a 10 sub Act of God. It's not so bad, right?
That's what they all say.
I don't know.
Spark of Insight. You are flooded with creativity.
Ooh.
Which does... Yeah. Thank you, chat, for your support. I'm digging through stuff that I haven't used since we ended Arc 4. Spark of Insight. Alright, cool. So, some guy, your character not only immediately gains inspiration, but also you may have a moment of clarity or a sudden creative thought, so you can basically cash that in at any point that you'd like to gain a clue or a piece of insight. You have a free clue for the adventure.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Thank you, chat.
So hold on to that.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna make our...
It's not even a bar. It's going to be a tally mark.
No, I'm gonna stretch it. I'm just gonna be, hang on. Yeah.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Flawless. Absolutely flawless. You can tell we're professionals here, chat. Now,
You could just do polygons and lines, right? You could just do.
Yeah, no, I drew a square. This is close enough. You know what's really sad, mate? If this is descent into Avernus, I've got my fancy number counters that I can do. And with my number counters, I could just increment it so people could always, I just right click and then set it to 35 or 7 or whatever. But this is not descent into Avernus. We do not have those resources hooked up. So we're learning, chat. We're learning.
Oh my god.
All right. So 4 of you in the town. Has chat named the town? I looked away for a sec.
Chat has not.
All right. Chat, this is your last chance to spend channel points to name the town, because otherwise, I'm picking it.
I think they're saving it.
I mean, understandable.
Could the town just be called Hierocathe?
No, because that sounds suspicious. Let's make this the town from Arc 1, Swaddling Coat. It's the town of
Swaddling Coat near a river or ocean?
Yeah. Well,
Swaddling
it's not near an ocean, but it's definitely near a river. It's sort of in the middle, the heartland of Vercinget. So lots of forests and plains and hills, but definitely rivers.
Which town was this again?
Swadlincote. Swadlincote is the village that they visited where Aunt Mildred Traloop and the two-headed ogre Melchizedek and Blomp. So it's well known for its fields, its apiaries, its honey. They make mead there, and it has now suffered just an absolute series of terrible disasters between being invaded by King Hakas and his armies and his Etten minion, and now having a rock land on it, and now the great dragon of Chardalon nearby. They're having a rough time.
Not in the
Wait,
Chardalon
Chardalon's here?
safe zone.
Oh, Chardalon hasn't come through here, otherwise there would be no town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Made that with mead, honey, and what else were they known for?
Mostly that.
Okay.
It's a
So honey.
yeah,
Mead, honey, and monster.
yeah, mead, honey, and really bad luck. That's twice they've been screwed over by the quest for the Book of Dawn.
And you said nearby there was rivers, hills, and plains,
And forests.
and forests.
Yep.
Tigers and bears.
Oh
And presumably a
my.
mountain.
Well, I would say
No
apparently mountains. Yeah.
The mountain is decently far away. Let's... Oh no, I have the map of Oda's Vale up. Oh yeah, that's close. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's over... Dotan's Rock is over 100 miles away. That's not too far as the Chardalon flies, but it's...
Whoa! Wait a minute. This thing landed in Dotan's Rock?
No, it landed 100 miles west of Dotan's Rock.
Okay, so a different set of mountains. Okay, good.
Yeah. There's just like a couple of large hills, and there's one mountain, but it's not as tall as Dotan's Rock. It's basically the only place nearby that a rock could safely nest.
Now, question: is there a reason the rock wouldn't have just gone back to Dotan's Rock other than yes, it did?
Oh, it wouldn't go to Dotan's Rock because there's a giant dragon there. And it's...
Oh, so is a Chardalon there right now? Okay, I didn't realize.
Yes, sorry. To bring you up to speed, a Chardalon has been around for almost a week now. And news is slowly spreading. There's definitely rumors of a terrible calamity, but given that they don't have social media in Anacra, the exact nature of the news is slow to move. Seers, prophets, and such are aware that something terrible has happened, but others are just like, oh yeah, there's a gigantic dragon eating people. I heard that it ate a whole village. I heard that it picked up Dotan's Rock and dropped it on the king. You know,
Quick
rumors
question:
pass.
has anyone actually seen it?
Nobody in this town has seen a Chardalon, but people in this town absolutely saw the rook.
Is it possible that as an adventurer, I might have seen it flying overhead or nesting in its lair or something like that?
The rook?
No, the dragon.
The dragon? What direction have you traveled from recently?
You know, without a map, it's hard to tell. But I am a shipwright by trade. I move with and prepare and repair ships. So likely, if I'm in this area, it is because I am drumming up some cash so that way I can build myself a really fancy boat to get back up north.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a river that flows from the south through a large forest up into the big lake that everything always happens around.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The Seola.
The Seola. Thank you. I had Dotan's name locked in my head.
My thought is that I'm trying to convince the people of this realm to leave their little town because 100 miles away is not far from a giant calamity dragon.
Yeah. And so you sailed through the forest, and on your way you saw the dragon overhead, not overhead of you, because again, you'd probably be dead, but off in the distance, burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely trying to convince the populace that they need to get going and get gone. And I've been doing as much good as I can to try and help people see fit to leave.
Okay.
So I'm watching a snow dwarf just walk around yelling at people, telling them to get out of their houses.
The end is nigh! The end is nigh!
Repent! Repent!
Repent!
Actually, some guy, what's the deal with your Echo Knight? Because I'm a very studious wizard, and someone like you would be very impressive to someone like me, and I absolutely would offer to travel with you if you were upfront about who you were.
So, as far as I know, the Chosen aren't, not the Chosen, the Chorus, the organization that the Echo Knights are all part of, they are not very public. They're very secretive. I don't think, as a former member of the Chorus, I would be very willing to say who I am or what I do.
Oh, well, former, that's different. Yeah, no.
The Chorus is from Matt and I co-created it, so he can answer questions about it as well as I can. Any questions you have or assumptions, we were on equal foot there.
Okay. So yeah, to answer your question, no, I don't think I would be revealing too much about who I am. Sorry, your snow dwarf's name was
Well, you had to ask me the name, didn't you? Lasoli.
Lasoli. Okay. I was about to say Vasily after the Russian typing.
I am waiting for Vassini.
I mean, I am the White Death. That's what they call me.
All right. So, are the four of you interested in taking the generous offer from this, rather suspiciously wealthy hermit?
I am.
I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say I'm curious about this rock because I think I would have known that it's from the Sky Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I figure I probably saw the corpse of the storm giant as I was flying down and stopped by its corpse to shit on its neck.
And storm giants are few and far between enough that if you have any sort of lore whatsoever, you might be able to identify Habrian by name. Storm giants are so singularly powerful that they're elevated servants of Vindur. So,
right, but are rocks always servants of Vindur, or
no, they're not. But a storm giant using a rock as a mount is established, so it's something that you'd be able to put two and two together.
I'm just chatting with Gleek, trying to figure out what the heck happened to my village.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to make an insight check on this guy to try and figure out what's going on with him? Because I'm very suspicious of his wealth.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm on the same page as ECAT.
I'm just gonna take the gold.
You give the money, I'll keep the questions. All right, Matt, are you also rolling insight?
I would like to, if you don't mind.
By all means.
Oh, I don't know if it's fine. Never mind. I don't have a character, so I can't give myself the disadvantage that I need, but I'm gonna let it go for this.
Yeah, I'll pass that out. Just hold on to that in your brain of brains right now. Once we actually get going, I'll let everyone sort of pick which little poggers they want, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
To the best of your knowledge, the offer is sincere. The old man is inscrutable. Used to keeping secrets, gnarled as an old oak tree, and it's hard to get any sort of read from him. Now, you've encountered more than one mysterious old man from the woods in your time, so I'm not even going to say that there's probably more to him than meets the eye, because that just goes with assumption. It's part of the trade of hermitage. But to the best of your knowledge, he really is going to pay out.
And what was his, not excuse, what was the reason he wanted this feather? He's going to be doing some kind of magic to help cleanse the land or something?
He's going to use magic to help rebuild the town. You see, a Roke's feathers have magic in them he can use for spells that will help lift up broken buildings, and flight and transportation magic that he can use
I make an Arcana check to see if what he's describing is actually feasible?
Yes,
I was
and
about to ask the same.
the rest of you, if anyone is proficient, if you are proficient in Arcana or in nature, I will allow you to make this roll.
Correct.
19.
Nice.
Because it's not that I don't think it's possible. I'm just wondering if what kind of hermit would this guy have to be? Like how powerful is a secret hermit to where one rock feather is going to be the difference between him doing this and not doing this?
All right. Was anyone else making that roll, by the way?
Nope, I don't have proficiency in either.
All right.
Nope.
I don't either.
I brought a few knowledge checks for us, guys. Don't worry.
We're just standing around, just looking at the old man. It's like, okay, boomer.
Once
All
we're
right.
trying to track this guy down, I'll become useful.
So with a 19, it's within the realm of possibility, but you are not confident, and you do not know exactly how that magic would work.
Well, I say we accept his offer mostly on the basis that we don't have anything to do if we refuse.
I have
completely agree.
I have sometimes just been like, all right, when our one-shot 3-hour adventure starts, you are already on the quest and you already know each other, so we can play the Dungeons and the Dragons.
Oh yeah.
But
Absolutely.
no, that's fine. Great. So, in order to reach the Rook's Nest, you will need to go through some uneventful wilderness travel, reach the foot of the cliff, scale the cliff, and it's probably somewhere up there. Does anybody have a special feature related to knowledge of the land or proficiency in history?
Yes.
The survival help?
It's one of my features.
I will allow survival, though I'll give you different information than you get with another skill.
Natural
do have survival.
Explorer.
Go ahead, you said you also have survival?
Yeah, although my favorite terrain is clouds, not dirt.
Mountains is my favorite terrain.
Okay, Cleek, Natural Explorer, that'll definitely help you scale that. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Yeah, that's great. You can't become lost. Okay, excellent. And alright.
A casual 20.
And a casual dirty
Sully.
20.
Well, Sully, by the way, about a 3.5 foot tall snow dwarf, completely just pure white beard and hair. He always has a pipe poking out of his mouth, and he is just flipping through journals. He has a pack just like strapped to his back, everything just harnessed around him, and he's always just pulling out a book, perusing through it, seeing what he can uncover, and then just taking a hit off his pipe.
Okay.
I'm following behind him trying to pick up his books.
I'm assuming that the two Aarakocra picking up the two non-Aarakocra and flying them there is not a viable travel method.
Correct.
I was about to ask about that.
You can do short bursts of that, but you can't just, effortless. It'd be like, hey, I'm just going to literally carry you the entire way to Mordor. You can do that up the slopes of Mount Doom, but you can't start in the Shire and do it the whole way. Not unless you're just an absolute unit.
Lasoli holds up his hand. Aye, lad. No, don't be picking up this dwarf. We'll be making our way on foot, but if it just so happens we come across a ravine or some such, I'll let you do it. Just don't tell anyone.
I snap my talons at him for a second and then withdraw.
I'm gonna see if I can switch on his shoulders.
You're taller. You're probably taller than him, or about equally tall.
I'm also
fair
putting my wings out to keep the amount of weight I'm putting on him down.
Mm-hmm. And you're not that heavy either. Now, if you put on a coat, you'll just look like one really tall bird person.
No, that's not gonna fly. No one rides these shoulders. I'm not a terribly strong dwarf. You get off now. Get away. Yeah.
I'm gonna crouch down and try and pick him up by the straps of his backpack.
I'm gonna take off, but I'm gonna make a point of kicking up as much dust and wind as I can as I take off from it.
All right, play the theme from.
I chase after Tim.
Play the Flying Monkeys theme. Fly, my pretties, fly!
Lasoli just lets it happen. He crosses his arms while he gets picked up by the Echo Knight, and as the Aarakocra fly off, leaving dust and wind in their wake, he just sighs, takes a hit from his pipe, and just lets whatever's going to happen.
All right.
I'm gonna gain some altitude and just kind of scout ahead and use the altitude to see further. Let's see if anything interesting.
By the way, what did that history check get us before we moved?
Right, sorry, the clown car took off, and I was kind of waiting for. All right, so the history check. You happen to know that with the survival and skills of the rest of the party is aware that this is a rock spire that rises from the very edge of the forest that lies between this town and Dotun's Rock. So to your west is the Seolok. To the east is this forest, and then Dotun's Rock after that. Matt, with your 20 history, you know that once a powerful prince of the demonic Imperium had a stronghold, a research tower atop that rock spire. But when Ramius banished the fiends to the underworld, the warlock's contract was revoked, and he was dragged along with them. Ever since, the place has been abandoned.
And where is this?
Probably where the rook is hiding.
Oh, great. So there was a compound there near where the rock is hiding.
Yeah, Demonic Imperium compound, yeah.
We're taking
And the
road
demon's
up
name
there.
was Thoralok?
No, I
You said
didn't. No, it was a warlock. There was a warlock who had a tower there.
Warlock.
Right.
Ah.
And then when Ramius dragged all the fiends to the underworld, he had a contract, a deal that he'd made that ended up having him get dragged away too. So the tower was abandoned.
Okay.
The rest of you, go ahead.
Can we see any evidence of the rook's presence or inhabitants over there?
Roll survival. And so my first choice is survival, my second choice is nature, my third choice is perception. Roll the best of those three. Each of you pick one of those and roll it. Oh, wow. Wow, we're doing great. Okay, Cleek and Lumina, you find little bits and pieces of fluff, evidence of kills, just gigantic bird dookie here and there.
Ugh.
That shows you that the creature has been operating in the area. And with a 22 survival, you're able to deduce that it is still severely injured. It's not going after super fast prey or super strong prey. It's probably just getting what it can, almost scavenging, which as a multi-ton bird requires a lot of food. That is a tricky ask. Matt, with your 23 perception, you can see that clouds are drawing close. It is going to be if you don't go quickly, it'll be a light rain, but for now it's just going to be overcast. And you can see the spire has two faces. One is you could go up a switchback, and the other is just a cliff face. The switchback is more obvious. It's easier to see you if you go up the switchback from above. The cliff face, it'll be harder to see you, but you'll be climbing. Now, obviously, two of you really don't have that problem.
I don't think I have that problem either.
How long would it take our wingless companions to climb this?
A few hours.
Okay.
Just a moment here, and
Hold on.
I click my boots together, and I begin taking off and flying in the air as I activate my wing boots. I think between the three of us, we'll be able to haul his ass up the side of the cliff.
Whoa, hold on. I can scale the cliff fine.
I think between the three of us, he could scale his own stuff up the cliff. And I unclick the boots to return them back to normal.
Okay, I'm a bit annoyed by this. Them assuming that I can't climb.
I mean, I can just like kind of pull you up.
I'm going to.
We know that you can climb. It's just a matter of speed.
Hold on.
Hey,
I am going
quick,
to.
Can I do a?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I want a sky read. I want to try out my Star Wars feature.
Oh, your special ability.
Yeah, but no, you first. You're doing a real thing. I'm just trying to get some information.
Yeah.
I will manifest my echo on some part of the cliff, about 15 feet away. Okay.
All right, describe that. I've never had an Echo Knight in one of my games, and it's a cool thing your character does. So what does it look like for everyone nearby, and what are the in-game effects?
Well, I have no idea because this is the first time I'm playing an Echo Knight, so I'm going to wing it
We're
right
learning
now.
together.
We're at the cliff now, right?
So
Yes. So on the
we
cliff
didn't want to
face-
do anything in the town.
Last call for retcons. Last call for retcons. If you have any business you wanted to take care of in the town.
I just know that someone said that they might want to buy stuff.
That was me. I basically just wanted to make sure that I could get, I don't know how much the gold would cost, just a bunch of vials and pouches and things with which to store anything we find that could be of use.
I'll allow that. That's fine. Everyone else good? Because then we're going to do the echo thing, and then we're going to do the sky reading thing.
Yeah, no, I have my good berries on me already from yesterday. So
You have good berries? I have good berries too.
Did you know good berries is low key on my list of spells I hate?
Perfect.
It's no pass without trace or spike stones, but it's still on there. It's just
Well,
I
yeah, two people
definitely
have it
didn't
now.
pick that spell.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, the DM wants to create this survival, challenge wilderness, and they're like, or hear me out, I could cast Goodberry, and we can skip that entire game system.
But isn't
Passions
the
are
point of
heavy.
5th edition though? Like
No,
just
it is.
streamline
It
everything?
is for sure. Someone was
Passions
talking.
are heavy. I'm not carrying them around.
It's true. It's true. All right.
So I'm not at sky reading.
Let's do. Well, are we up on what the echo is doing yet?
I don't think I started yet. So should I?
Yeah. Go ahead, and then we'll do the sky reading.
Okay. So Lumina is a bit annoyed that the others think I can't scale this cliff face very fast.
Never said that, lad.
Shush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manifest an echo of myself, and it is going to materialize on the cliff face somewhere 15 feet away from me, somewhere hopefully where it doesn't fall, and it'll show up as a silhouette of myself,
Mhm.
a echo, if you will.
I will.
And I will swap places with it.
See what
Okay.
you did there now.
Is it going to start eating things or what?
Oh, who knows? We'll get to that when we get to that. But I'm going to swap places, and boom, I'm 15 feet up the cliff face.
Nice.
How many times can you do that?
The text does not say a limit. I can use it as a bonus action.
Lasoli just stands there, slow clapping. All right, lad, 15 feet, 1,500 more to go.
Shush.
I just
I'm going to
take off
continue up the
above him.
cliff face.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just hovering in the air watching him.
So he just keeps flash stepping. Wop, 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 wop. It's not the worst way to go. It's not. I mean,
I don't
honestly,
expend much energy from doing it.
yeah. And a climb speed is about 15 feet, and this is, you know, all you have to do is put your echo up there, make sure your echo has a solid grip, so it's more safe, I think.
Oh, hang on. I can move my echo an extra 15 feet away from where it starts. So 30 feet. Twice
Nice.
climb speed.
Pretty fast. All right. So is anybody actually climbing, or we have two flyers? One, what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a DBZ.
Cheater.
Hacks.
You're talking
No.
about flash stepping, right?
Yeah, it's
Blinking.
like flash stepping, but there's a DBZ name for it in like the one DBZ movie I ever watched.
There's KOK, and I have no idea what you
And
mean.
it's
though.
instantaneous something.
Oh, instant transmission.
Instant transmission. Thank you. Yeah. So we have instant transmission. We have two actual birds. And what is the snow dwarf doing about the climb?
So here's the thing. How tall is this climb, and how long would it normally take to climb
It's
it?
going to be 500 feet up in the air.
I've got hours and hours of flight on these boots, so I'll spend a couple of minutes. It shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 to just fly up that thing.
Okay, great. Everyone roll perception checks.
While I'm flying, can I do my...
Oh yeah.
Are
Sorry,
we-
the sky
are we saying
reading.
about advantage, disadvantage? What's the tally at?
Oh yes. Now is a good time for us to follow that. All right. So hold your stuff for a moment because I'm going to go over the queue.
Copy that.
Yeah, I don't like being this close to dirt.
From dirt.
It's too hard.
Anacra
And your
made
clouds
dirt.
here are funny. They're like all green colored and they have like hard stuff in them.
They're not green colored. Look over
Okay.
there. A bunch of them are red right now. Oh, wait.
Should I have cast Pass Without a Trace before we did this?
I was gonna wait till we got to the top to do that, but if you want to cast it instead of me, go ahead. But I also figured that, as an experienced aviator, I know how to like fly quietly.
Yeah, I think I would figure the same. I'd just not think about the non-birds in the party.
That sounds like a
While,
problem for people who aren't birds.
While the DM's looking up the stuff, Lasoli actually just makes the connection that you guys are Aarakocra from the Sky Kingdom. And he kind of just brightens up a bit. Oh, hey, two of you, bird people. How's the old country? How are things going on up there?
Wish I could tell you.
There was this massive battle. I don't remember it very well. Vindor was there.
Was it roll 1d20 1d1 at a time?
Roll
Yeah, as you
1d100,
say-
please.
No,
Thank you.
as he says that, I'm going to take out my whip and just like wrap it around his face before he gets the word out.
Sorry, I forgot. That was how we got in trouble in the first place, probably. But there was this massive battle This rogue we were hunting was part of it.
Well, damn, I was just hoping to ask how the weather was, but that sounds amazing, actually.
Wait,
Good God.
why is the Sky Sovereign after you?
Because we're a bunch of we don't submit to his tyrannical dictatorship. We believe in freedom.
He's
we
a rebel.
we believe the sky is it is to the birds, and he's trying to control it, and he doesn't like that. So we're on the run, trying to find somewhere to hide from big scary Zeus person.
Trying to turn us all into slaves. Where do you think these rock come from, huh?
Eggs.
It's not pretty.
So they don't come from eggs.
I mean, very large eggs, but what do you think the eggs come out of?
Oh,
All right.
You're not seriously trying to suggest that the great
Love
man
it.
in the sky births rock eggs. You're not suggesting that, I see.
He sires them.
What?
If Vindur actually, okay, well, one, this is in game, so it's entirely possible that a character could believe that. Two, if Vindur sired a Roke, it would be a Titan, and someone would have a very bad day.
Yeah.
All right, so if I have it correctly, ECAT has 2 instances of inspiration, and then the rest of you each have 1 instance of inspiration. And I only saw 1 disadvantage on there.
That was for me, yeah.
All right. So,
2 because of the act of God, right?
yes, you can activate that whenever you'd like. So, we were doing the thing with the perception checks.
Yes.
I see a 6, a 12.
The 12 was my sky rating. It wasn't my perception check.
Got it. Run the sky rating by me. We haven't actually put a snow dwarf in the game yet.
By spending a minute observing the sky, you can make an intelligence nature or wisdom survival. I used intelligence nature. Oh, wait, I used the wrong one. Crap, that should be +3, so 15. To predict the weather, you are considered proficient in nature or survival and add double your proficiency bonus. So basically, I got a 15 to see if it really is going to rain or if it's just threatening it.
It is going to rain in a few hours if you take too long. So if you decide to take a short rest on the mountain, it will start raining.
Does it seem like thunder and lightning or just a light drizzle?
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening.
Oh my. I warned the rest of the party that we should make out quickly and get back to town.
So don't say the Sky Sovereign's name anymore.
That would be a bonus. Yeah, absolutely.
Never say the Sky Tyrant's name.
All right,
I mean, it depends on the situation.
You're very
yeah.
tempting right now. You do
everybody
realize
pick a piece.
Oh, pick a piece. Okay. I can't really. I mean, I guess here.
it's not letting me select a piece.
Oh yeah, I have to actually do the thing before you're able to select it. All right,
I will take the purple one,
got it.
the brighter purple one.
So a storm's coming in, but the wind is still relatively calm, right? Not enough to ground us.
Yeah, essentially you're fine, but the moment you decide to take a short rest, you stop being fine. Matt, what piece did you want? I did not notice.
The blue one up here was my preference.
That one was taken almost immediately.
Ah, well then I hate you. Red one then.
I mean,
I'll trade you
The
red for purple.
Anacra Civil War begins.
All right.
my character does.
Wait, what piece do you want? Blue, red, Civil War.
So yes, so it begins. All right. So you may notice I have already set up our own version of the gravity zone. To the upper left, it's divided into 3 sections. We've got.
Oh God, was this you?
the
I thought that was
cliff?
just someone playing around. Oh
Nah,
God.
this is the cliff. This is the tower. This is the nest, and my incredibly well drawn roke up at the top.
I thought it was a hand with an eye paint on it.
Shut up.
I mean, it's also kind of like a sock
It's got like a sock puppet on the top of a.
It's got a googly on it.
Pay no attention to the sock puppet behind the curtain.
So how many feet is a square in this?
It's vague. The first section is 500 feet. The cliff is 500 feet. The tower is probably no more than 50 to 75 feet. Also, all of you rolled incredibly poorly on your perception checks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't perceive anything.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
didn't roll one
flashing
yet.
it
Hold
out
on.
of existence.
Wait. I didn't roll one yet. One
Oh.
second. I might be able to help.
I
I'm gonna go.
Tim
Since everyone
nat
else
one
failed,
bit.
I'm gonna do my disadvantage on this one since everyone else already failed.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby! Disadvantage
19-20.
means nothing to me. I love it.
Be a lot cooler if you didn't.
The wind upturns and blasts into my face, but I love it. Reminds me of
Mhm.
home, and I'm able to peer beyond it.
Yep, and that's when you hear the haunting song in the distance. You each have 1 round of warning as you hear a magical melody, enchanting carried in on the wind itself.
What is that melody?
Oh gosh.
I was going to fly out further away to try to get a better view of the whole spire, but I think I'm going to stay closer in.
I see one of the Aarakocra fly in. It's like, hey, what's going on? How come? What? Air too bad?
Mate,
There's
can I
even-
make an Arcana or History check to see if I know what's making this?
Give me 1 sec and I'll tell you the correct sort of check. You're not a bard, so
I am not, but I am a studious wizard.
I didn't know it
absolutely.
was pick bard.
Actually, I wouldn't have heard it, so I am going to just like fly up and, scout ahead.
Oh, I'm absolutely telling you about it, but okay, you do that.
This will be a nature check.
Oh, well, I'm not proficient in that, so.
I will allow you to roll anyways.
Oh, thank you. Let's see that glorious 21.
21.
I'm studious.
Hmm.
Proficiency be
I've
damned.
got my book open as I'm just flipping through pages
Just like on 200 feet up this cliff, paging through things.
as my
It's-
winged boots carry me and my pipe
Yep.
smokes all the while.
It's Harpy Song.
Oh, good. I warned the lads. We got harpies. You should definitely take cover, and we need to formulate a plan.
Can
What would
rip
I know
the
about
page?
harpies?
Nature, if you want to see what you know about harpies.
I'm
They aren't really
also gonna
a
make
huge
nature
part of the history with the Sky Kingdom. Oh, natural 20. Great. So here's what you know. Harpies take glee in suffering and death. They're always on the hunt for prey. Their sweet song has lured countless adventurers to their deaths, drawing them in close for the harpy to kill and consume. It is said that they originate with a curse that was placed upon an elf long ago.
So
They are-
air sirens.
Yeah, air sirens. Precisely. So each of you gets 1 round. What would you each like to do? Let's start with ECAT.
I'm gonna try and take cover.
Okay. And you are on the wing, so you're just going to try to fly around to the other side?
Yeah.
Go ahead and move yourself down into the 500-foot mountain area, because while you move quickly, you haven't cleared. This happens before you've cleared and reached the tower segment. So go ahead and put each of you in there. And onward come the harpies. The harpies appear 300 feet away. And-
Mate, just check. Are they away from the mountain, or are they like around the mountain?
They're kind of circling it.
Kind of circling it. Okay. Just from the nature checks that both Cleek and I made, am I aware that they have a particularly good perception? Are they very, good at being able to perceive things, or would we
Do
be
they have
able to
amazing?
hide
Do they have amazing eyesight? They don't have amazing eyesight.
or keen
So-
senses of any kind?
Hmm.
So could we try to hide?
I think that's what I'm going to be pushing for. Is we can just kind of duck down, take a quick hide, let them
Yes,
pass
but
around.
if you are lured by its song, you will be forced to try to reach them. It doesn't cause you to just. Oh, actually, you could try to kill yourself doing it, but you get to repeat your saving throw. So
I'm sorry. What?
yeah, so it has a magical luring song, and whenever you hear it, you have to move towards it. If you fail, you're safe.
Is covering the ears effective?
That was my next question.
It will give you advantage on your check.
I'm gonna do
no,
that.
it is not effective unless you actually fully stop them up with wax or something similar.
I'm going to look to Lasoli with one of his books that I picked up earlier. Can I rip a blank page out of this?
Are you asking me, or are you asking
I'm
the
asking
DM?
you.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a blank book. That's what it's made for.
I rip a blank page out of the book and I crumple it up and I stuff it in each ear.
Okay.
Oh, lad, I'm not
What's
sure
the,
how well that's going to work.
What are the surroundings like in terms of both the terrain and like the clouds nearby?
The clouds are they're far overhead because you're only 500 feet up. So the clouds are way up, but it's overcast, solid cloud cover.
You know what? That's actually a good point. I'm going to start tearing pages out of my book. I'm going to wad them up in my mouth to get them all goopy and, actually useful, and start passing them out to everybody.
You have 1 round before this kicks in, which means that you can either create these for yourself or for one other person who is not you.
Well, we got 2 people with books. Well, so
I think I can just like pull some loose feathers out and use those. Also, if we can like duck into like a cave or a crook or something, I can cast cloud and try to hide us visually.
All right. You're going to have to do that on roll a nature or survival check to find a little alcove. There won't be a true cave here.
can I roll the same?
Hasik, you found something, and it's definitely 100% a great place to hide, guaranteed.
Sounds great. Let's go.
And
Oh,
yes,
God.
you can roll the same.
Survival, you said?
Yeah.
That didn't go much better.
Yep. Nope. That checks out. Clicks
I am
like,
very uncomfortable on the ground.
I'm not sure about this. I don't know. All right. And then the Harpy song kicks in. Roll for initiative. Select your character, click on your token, and then click on the initiative button on D&D Beyond or on Roll20. It worked. Good job.
Did mine roll? There it is.
Did mine work?
Right now, I do not have... No, I do have... I do not have... There,
I've
now
been
we're good.
pressing the wrong button.
Yeah, now we've got everyone. All right, so I'm just gonna semi-hide y'all with this cloud and roll for some harpies. The order of operations shall be Matt, Tim, Harpy 1, Harpy 2, ECAT, some guy, Harpy the 3rd. You start with the cloud already operational. So, and you're hidden inside this definitely 100% safe, guaranteed little crook in the wall.
Totally
Matt,
natural looking cloud.
totally natural, definitely not a mimic. Matt, what would you like to do?
I am going to cast Mage Armor,
Okay.
and I am going to, if it's okay with you, use my item interaction to get some more paper, wad it up, lick it up, and pass it over to my Echo Knight friend.
Okay.
Thank you. It's disgusting.
I know, lad, but you know what? It'll help in the long run. And then I can't hear you, but I know it's bad.
What?
And
What?
I'm going to press myself up in the. Can I try and just take a quick little investigation around and see if I can find a good little part of this crook to not be ambushed in?
Yeah, roll investigation.
I just want to find the best little place to not die. Yeah, 9. I found it.
All right, so as you investigate around and you're pretty sure you found it, it turns out that natural one, what looked like a safe little nook, was actually an unstable crevasse, and you're shifting around and searching triggers a small clutter of rocks that turns into a larger clutter of rocks, all falling towards the lot of you. Everybody roll, assuming you're hiding in that little spot, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Lovely.
All right,
I am flying, by the way. Just putting that out
yes,
there.
no, you're gonna have a much better time since you're flying than you would if you were not flying. Okay, Matt,
I have my echo.
you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and you are ejected from the nook.
Whoa! Okay.
Now, if you were not, a magical man, you would be falling at this point, but instead you're just ejected from the nook. It's a good thing that you cast mage armor. And we're going to end your turn, unless you want to move. You have movement left.
Hopefully they didn't notice that. I'm going to fly right back in where we were, and I'm going to just stay. I'm going to just stay hovering. I had assumed I wasn't crawling around. I assumed I kept flying around.
It was just a lot of stuff that bonked you around.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself back into the no pole. Nope.
Yep, I'm going to fly right back in the no pole.
Hasik, it's your turn.
Oh my. It's not looking good, guys.
So first of all, would I know how fast harpies fly?
Pretty fast. How fast do you fly?
50 feet?
Not as fast as you.
Good. Second, can I tell if they saw our dwarf friend fall out of the cloud? And
well, you are in a pile of cloud.
Yeah.
So from inside the cloud, you wouldn't really be able to see very much.
Screw it. I am going to... You said they were 300 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to fly out of the cloud directly away from them and open fire with my longbow.
Okay, and I take it you took the sniper feat so you can do long-range fire?
Yes, I have sharpshooter.
Great. Roll an attack. An 18. Yikes. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. The arrow flies through the air with just the right arc to hit that long distance shot and plummets into the harpy's flesh. It shrieks in anger, taking 11 points of piercing damage.
All right, I'm going to take a second shot at the same harpy. And I'm going to use the sharpshooter, so take a -5 to hit, but plus 10 to damage.
I believe you have to call that at the beginning of the round, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's before each attack, not before the beginning round.
Before you make an attack, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that.
This attack is at -5 to hit, plus 10 damage if it hits. And it's good!
Worth it.
My God.
17 points of damage. 2 arrows fly through the air. One of them is like a tracer bullet for the second one. The harpy is bloodied.
Hey, Haas, should your Colossus Slayer have gone off since that second attack already hit a bloody target?
No, Colossus Slayer is bigger targets, I thought. Not bloody targets.
Colossus Slayer is whenever you hit a creature that's already damaged.
Oh, dip. Well, how much damage is that?
Yeah.
The Ranger was a very aptly done class. It makes a lot of sense.
1d8, I think?
It's 1d8, yeah.
All right, just roll 1d8 and we'll go from there. 7! Oh my God! It's getting messed up. You've moved, you've made 2 attacks. You flew 50 feet straight away, so you're out of movement. Go ahead.
Straight away from them, yeah.
All right,
I
then.
think I'm good.
Excellent. The harpy, this harpy down here begins its haunting melody. All 4 of you roll a wisdom saving throw. This is a charm effect.
I'm going to use the first of my advantages on this.
Absolutely. Turn advantage on when you make this roll.
Those of us with earplugs get advantage, you said, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I had advantage on there.
Oh, no.
All right. So... Okay, great. All of you successfully saved, thanks to that advantage.
Yikes.
Otherwise, that would have been a beef. The harpy sings, and it flies closer. It was at 300 feet. It is now at 260 feet. The second harpy sings its song. Everybody roll a wisdom saving throw. If you used an inspiration, you do not get it again. If you have ears full of dwarf spit, you do get advantage.
I'm nervous now.
Yeah, you're charmed now is what you are.
Oh.
No, I think that's me.
Yeah, no, that's Tim. Tim is charmed. The rest of you are fine. And once you've successfully saved, you cannot be affected by that harpy song for 24 hours.
Oh, nice. So 2 out of 3.
Sweet.
But
2 out of
Hasik
3.
is now charmed.
Uh,
This harpy also
Uh-oh.
moves closer. It's 240 feet away. Ecat, it's your turn.
All right, so this has. I'm getting concerned that I'm forgetting my scout instincts, so I am going to use primeval awareness. So I'm going to spend a first level spell slot
Mm-hmm.
in order to I know if there are aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles, because we're in my favored terrain. Doesn't reveal the creature's number or location.
Okay. There are fiends present.
Ooh.
And you sense dragon.
I'm gonna shout that to the rest of the party. Um,
That was
That
an
doesn't sound
action. Do you move as well or no?
And I'm gonna move out of the crevasse, but still inside the cloud,
Okay.
and just sort of yell, "Tell us when they're getting close!" And that'll be my turn.
All right. Some guy, you're up. You're in the crevasse with the clouds. Colonel
Okay,
Mustard.
and they are 240 feet and 300 feet away.
Correct.
I have nothing to reach that far. So could I ready an action?
You
instead?
can. What action would you like to ready?
I would like to ready my cantrip, Produce Flame, from my Magic Initiate feat.
And what will trigger that?
Something moving within range and threatening one of the party members, either myself or a friend.
All right. That'll be it. The harpy who just got absolutely messed up is leaving. She is leaving. She is flying as fast as she can in the opposite direction. She is now at 380. Thank you. Excellent. Very well done. 380 feet away and just flying as fast as she... Actually, no. You know what? She's not going to do that. She's going to do a single move and take the dodge action. So 340 feet away and taking evasive action, because clearly you have long range attacks. Matt, your turn.
Can I really quickly make just when he was shouting out about what was there, can I make a disadvantage perception check to see if I even heard him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
Is this disadvantage from disadvantage or disadvantage from having dwarf spit in your ears?
Dwarf spit in my
Yeah,
ears.
yeah.
I expunged my disadvantage on my other check.
I am going to do the same thing, because why not?
All right, go ahead and roll it.
What was that, lad? You say dragon and demon?
What?
Yeah, with a 14, you probably caught it. And with an 18, you definitely
Okay.
caught it. All right, Matt, what'll it be?
Well, how bad is the obscurity in this cloud? Is it light or heavy?
According to the spell Cloud, which is up here, it is heavy obscurement.
So we're blind. We can't even see these guys.
Yeah.
I know they're
I mean,
coming.
I can.
Yeah,
But I'm
Hasik
charmed?
flew out.
Well, the guy flew out of the the Aarakocra that
Mhm.
flew out is fine. The rest of us are just kind of huddled out waiting for the time to strike. I'm just gonna do like my I'm gonna put my hand over and feel the Echo Knight's nice shiny mithril armor and go, okay, lad, when they get close, that's our time to strike.
Where are
And
you putting your hand?
I'm aiming for your shoulder, but I'm pretty small, so it's probably your thigh.
No.
I am going to ready my Ray of Frost. Actually, you know what? I know that they're really far out. I'm going to message the Aarakocra that flew out because I can't tell the two of them apart. And
Wow!
I'm going to message him and ask him to please give us a heads up once they are close enough, so that way those of us who are shorter range can do something about this.
Does message allow two-way communication?
Just one time, but yes.
All right. So what does the charmed Hasik respond with?
Oh, you'll know where they are.
Ominous.
I know what these harpies do. Can I insight that?
Yes. Keep in mind, message is an action, so you cannot also ready an action.
Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't going to ready an action.
Got it. I think I misheard you. All right. Yeah. Roll insight.
Nope. Yeah, he's going to tell us when they're there, guys. Don't worry. We'll know when. We'll know when it happens.
Everything is fine.
I trust the dwarf.
This is real. Hasik, it is your turn. You are incapacitated, and you must move towards the harpy by the most direct route.
Which is right back in the cloud.
Yeah. So that's all I'm compelled to do?
Yeah, you have to move straight towards it, and you are incapacitated.
So I don't have to help them either.
Correct. You just have to move straight towards them.
Then I'll move straight towards them.
All right. Maximum speed 100 feet. So you were 50 feet away. You reached the mountain. We'll just, yeah, that's good. That's fine. And then you'll since we're sort of abstracting everything, you were 50 feet away. You've moved 50 feet towards. And that's it. Oh, no, actually, you do get to repeat the wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
And I would have gone to the other side of the fog cloud because the fog cloud's only, 40-foot diameter? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chad has a good point. So being charmed does not cause you to lose concentration. Being incapacitated might. Yeah, so when you're incapacitated, you lose concentration on a spell. So the cloud goes...
Wait, do you? I thought you just lost actions and reactions.
Nope, I just looked up the rules for because that's what the incapacitated condition
concentration.
does. Yeah.
Yes, I see. Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
So we don't really need insight checks to figure out what's happened here.
That's pretty obvious now, yeah.
Well, I think I rolled well enough to break the charm too, but I was going to drop the fog cloud if I had been compelled to.
Yes, at the end of your turn, you are... What am I doing? As you're flying straight towards them. They're 190 feet away from you.
That's fine.
I turn to Lumina and say, I'm not sure that Birdman was being totally on the up and up.
All right.
I have no response.
My client has no comment at this time.
Because I can't hear the door.
They are going to approach at top speed, so they each close to 160 feet away. Ecat, it's your turn.
Well, since it seems like the gig is up in terms of avoiding them, I am going to see. So the injured one hasn't moved closer.
Yeah, it's trying to take evasive action and not die.
I'm going to move 10 feet closer, so I'm within range, and then take a shot at one of the uninjured ones.
Oh.
All right, and is this shot with disadvantage for long range?
Range is 150 on the longbow.
Yeah, that's close range. So, yeah, that checks out.
All right. So,
Hey, mate, when you get a chance, can you add names to the other tokens so I know who's who?
I did, but I will make them actually show up.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Now this is on an wow. Okay, yeah.
So it's not injured, so it's no Colossus Slayer.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
how did that work?
Turned the Colossus Slayer.
Yeah,
on.
unfortunately, without the damage, the Colossus
Nope.
would go up. But the rest of it's good, though.
Yeah, no, that's still 17 points of damage. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn on these names. But yeah, which one were you targeting? Go ahead and point to it with the ruler tool. Cool. 17. Thwack.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Do it again. Do it again.
Second arrow arcs to the...
Oh my God!
Pseudo RNG, baby! Back to back. The 2-time. Not once. And then again 5 rounds later. Back to back critical hits. For 26 points of damage.
I feel like that's almost massive damage in terms of just getting hit by 2 crits.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's entirely academic. Headshot. You kill it with that second blow. It just drops. The arrow goes right through its skull, and it plummets down to the ground in a sickening spiral.
I'm gonna fashionably flip around my sky steel helmet.
Excellent. Some guy, they have not yet closed in. What would you like to do?
I am going to use a bonus action to summon my Echo 15 feet out in the open in the middle of the sky. I can apparently do that. At 3rd level, you can manifest an echo of yourself in an unoccupied space you can see within 15 feet of you. So since the cloud is gone, I can see 15 feet off the cliff.
I can see clearly now.
And I'm going to command the echo to move 15 feet forward.
Okay. So your
thereby
echo
extending my, thereby extending my max range to 30 feet from where my echo stands with my spell.
Okay, so 130 feet essentially. If it's 160 feet out and you moved it 30 feet out, then you are within 130 feet, correct?
I think I am within... No, it's 30 feet from me.
Right.
Yeah, and there's 150 out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yes, 130 out.
All right. And are you in combat range yet?
Don't think so. My range is 30 feet from my echo.
And that was a bonus action?
It was a bonus action, yes.
Okay. So you can go ahead and use your action if you want to ready an attack, if you'd like.
Yes, I'm going to continue to do that with the spell.
Okay.
Our steam cantrip.
The energy courses through your hands, prepared to strike, and you wait for it to come into range. The harpy that was fleeing continues to flee in a zigzag pattern. It is now 370 feet away and is dodging to avoid getting shot after its cohort just got two-tapped out of the sky. Matt, it's your turn.
Well, that's what I get for not taking Firebolt. I don't think I'm anywhere near close enough. Actually, yeah, I'm going to fly forward 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not close. Never mind. I will ready an action to send a message to the living harpy, and I am going to... I don't speak Infernal, but I'm going to just do my very best. I'm going to try and deceive it into thinking I'm casting some kind of weird, mind-affecting, scary spell on it. Exactly.
Okay, works for me. But you're readying an action to do the spooky thing, right?
Because I am not in range, correct?
Okay, you prepared to be really, really spooky. Hasik, it's your turn.
I'm going to go after now the 3 harpies are at the same altitude roughly, right?
Correct. Well, except for this one. This one is rapidly plummeting.
Is falling to it's already down. So I'm going to pursue the fleeing harpy, but I'm also going to gain altitude. I can do that. I can go like 50 feet up and 50 feet horizontal.
Trigonometry is fun. All right. You gain altitude, you go out 50 feet, giving you a distance. Let's see, you already had 50 feet, so now you have a distance of plus 100 feet, which puts you within 270 feet of this target.
And I'm going to try to finish it off with a just a regular non-sharpshooter shot.
All right, shoot the shot. With disadvantage because the harpy is dodging.
I get advantage from the being above it, sort of.
Why not? It evens out.
Cool.
Normal shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
these rolls.
Yep.
Stop
Yep.
spending all the good dice now, guys.
All right. The arrow lands true. And she goes down. You have a second shot, and you are in range of the final target as well. You're only 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Plus change.
I really wanted to do something cool and drop a net on it so that it couldn't fly and just have it like fall to the ground again. But I'm just gonna shoot it.
All right.
That's a big ask.
Shoot it in the face.
And I am gonna use sharpshooter with this one.
All right. Target locked. Roll it. Is a -5 to hit and plus 10 damage. Well, you know. All right, a 28 minus 5 is 23, which is absolutely a hit. 8 plus 10 is 18 points of piercing damage. Another calculated arrow lands just under the wing, and it shrieks in anger. The last surviving harpy is done with this, not having it. Did not expect this level of resistance and books it. Flies away 40 feet and takes the dodge action. Because what else do you do at this point? You have no ranged attacks, right? Like, time to dip. You are dead. And ECAT, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna chase after it. I'm gonna fly 50 feet so that I'm once again within range.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Shoot the shot. $23 to hit, and an 18 after that for two shots for a total of 20 points of damage, which is enough to fell. The last harpy goes spiraling down, and just as they got... Go ahead.
Did I have disadvantage on that because she's dodging?
Yes.
That's why I rolled twice.
Got it. Well then, 8 points of damage. Appreciate the clarification. Run it back.
Oh, I forgot to apply the Colossus Slayer damage to the first hit.
All right, roll 1d8. This is your second shot, so another 1 point. And then the second shot also has disadvantage, but so you got a 15 and you got a 12. We'll take the first one for another 11 points. That is enough to drop her. The end result is the same. Combat ends. Well done.
Nice.
All right. So now that the beasts have been slain and you are aware of the fact that there's some sort of fiend and some sort of dragon in the area, what would you like to do?
How close is this dragon? Is this the same dragon that's, that just ended a previous world, or
there is a dragon within 6 miles. That is the only information that you have.
That's all we know.
Aren't we within 100? Oh no, that's 100 miles of Dotan's Rock, right?
Mhm.
So probably not.
I would recommend stealth, since we now know that there is a dragon in play here. Potentially.
Yeah, we weren't sent to beat demons and dragons. We're just here to grab a feather and to get out, so I completely agree.
So I have this spell that you love, DM, that I think might be appropriate here.
Probably. Pass that trace. Tasty. All right, as long as the four of you stick within 30 feet of each other, you have a plus 10 bonus to stealth.
Excellent.
I'm actually going to fly away from the tower and up and scout ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And cast my own pass without trace.
I was like, wow, that's not necessary, but I appreciate the never mind.
For what it's worth, the way I created my character, I have sky blue feathers and my armor is white, which is designed for maximum camouflage against the sky.
Nice, active camouflage engaged. It makes complete sense for where you live.
Yeah, so I'm basically going to fly as far away as I can while still getting like visual detail on the tower.
Okay.
And the mountain. So like there.
Works for me. The rest of you, go ahead.
I'm gonna try to see if I can see any movement or like a dragon or fiends or any sign that they might be there. So
Okay.
probably what? Perception?
Yes. We have a 4. Oh, that was persuasion.
That was in
The perception was a 20. All right. No sign of movement yet.
Okay, I'm gonna keep a lookout.
Does he get the yet part of that?
There's always
There's always a yet.
a yet.
And sometimes a yeet when you're this high up.
Yes, or if you're Crozan.
So I guess we keep climbing then.
All right. As you continue to climb, the natural stone of the spire gives way to strange, glassy, slick obsidian as the ruins of the Warlock's Tower emerge from the spire. The spire continues to go upwards, culminating in a shattered peak, which is where the rock has made its nest. The tower is sort of built into the side of it, climbing out with parapets and balconies, all of them abandoned and exposed to the elements for hundreds of years. Because all of you have the ability to fly, there's not, strictly speaking, any reason that you would have to go into the tower, but you will have to pass it. What would you like to do?
Are there ledges and outcrops from the tower that could feasibly climb? Or that I
Yes.
could climb? Okay.
Preferably ones that aren't next to windows or doors. And I'm gonna like help him find ones that like aren't next to windows.
Agreed. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we have passed without a trace and are moving as a group.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my own, but I still have pass without trace.
So I think that's my only way up, unless we want to go through the tower.
I mean, technically, the Arakokra and I can each hold one of your hands as we fly up and just get you past this 50-foot area of tower, and then you can man mode it back on your own again.
Fine.
I'm gonna cackle with glee as he accepts the suggestion.
let's only just pats him on the shoulder and says, "It's all right, lad. It's okay to accept help every now and then, and I won't say a word. Trust me. Don't worry about it."
I'm gonna
I'll help
sulk
if it
and
looks like they need help.
I'm gonna sulk and I'm gonna extend a hand to each of you.
All right. As
Do I need to come down and help? Or can I stay scouting ahead?
two of them should be
You're
able to
good.
take care of it for the time being.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
And
gonna
I'm
scout them
gonna
back.
I'm gonna pass some accolades off to the Arakokra nearby me and just comment how, the forces of old Greybeard up in heaven, must be having a hard time with soldiers such as you, fighting him and rebelling against his forces. You guys did very well out there. Congratulations.
If I was in earshot, I would brag about how I took down an entire patrol of Knights of Terra Nimbus on my own, but I don't think I heard that. So
We're trying to stealth, so I'm keeping it real low.
I hear nothing because I still have a wad of paper and dwarf spit in my ears.
I took that out.
My face looks sort of sad in reaction to this, but then it gets straight again, and I say nothing.
Strong silent type. I like it.
As you continue to fly upwards, your muscles grow weary of just this straight, going straight up. Like, it's real difficult. Even you usually have to sort of spiral around in order to get that kind of altitude, right? But the work is long and difficult, and it seems like you've been flying for hours at this point and have gotten no closer to the top. And as you continue to beat your wings, every bone in your body feels like it's filled with lead, and your muscles grow weary. And the ground is definitely getting farther away, but the pinnacle isn't getting any closer. And as the ground recedes below you, it takes on a strange pallid tone, washed away from the color of the world, bleary and drear, and cracks. Go ahead.
The DM is like, "You're not getting around this encounter that easily."
Your choices have consequences. You don't have to fight a horrible trap or what the monster that was hiding inside, but there's still a curse. So yeah, you see the land beneath you, the trees begin to wither, the crops in the fields blacken, and as a wind carries the bits and pieces of them away, the blight and moldering of the crops flicks off and turns into great swarms that flow like liquid through the air and then begin to consume everything in their path, flowing out across the northern kingdoms over the armies of Vercinget and Galadron, devouring soldiers and kings alive and moldering their thrones and feasting upon the flesh of the commoners. Everybody roll a wisdom saving throw.
Well then.
Oof.
I am going to expend one of my inspirations here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
All right.
Bleh.
That was great.
The
We're all
pseudo
bad at
RNG giveth back-to-back
Lucky
crits,
7.
and the pseudo RNG taketh away. Okay. Cleek, no joy. Lumina, no joy. Actually, everyone failed except for Matt. If you failed, you have now gained a level of exhaustion. This inflicts disadvantage on skill checks. And I need the entire party to make stealth checks at this time. With disadvantage.
Plus 10.
At plus 10, yep. So disadvantage if you are wearing heavy non-mithril armor, or if you have one level of exhaustion. But at plus 10. 26. Alright, so we'll take the first... Hold on, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so Cleek got 17. Tim got a natural 1.
That's still a 17, right?
I've always done critical failures in my campaigns for skill checks,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
and today will not be the exception.
But I got a critical success, so does that balance it out?
He's like away from the rest of us, though.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
never mind, friend. Enjoy your suffering.
As I
Right.
start getting tired, I fly over to the tower and try to land, and I knock something off.
A cursed urn full of cursed bees. I'm only half.
By the way,
I'm only
just
half
as
kidding.
flavor, as this is all happening, looking over this expanse of horrid decrepitness as we enter this demesne, Lasoli looks at his pipe, like pulls his pipe out, looks from his pipe down to the seam below, and just shrugs like, "Oh my god, I gotta cut back."
I like it. I like it a lot.
So this exhaustion affects all our skill checks until we deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a greater restoration. We don't have that kind of spell power right now.
Yep.
And if we take a short rest, it's going to be raining.
And a short rest wouldn't help the exhaustion anyway.
Oh, it has to be a long.
Yep, long rest.
We're gonna die.
Yay!
I mean, here's the thing. We could do that, or we could turn back, rest, and then return to our mission.
All right. Well, first, a swarm of death butterflies emerges from the cursed cursed vase that just got knocked over.
Oh no.
So we'll do that, and then you can do your plan.
Darkness.
Did
Oh
someone
my.
say darkness? All right, yeah. So an urn gets knocked over, and the seal breaks, and a whole bunch of beautiful, scintillating butterflies, hungry for flesh, emerge. Roll for initiative.
Oh, goody.
So
Thank
are
goodness
we
we're
still
far away.
stealth?
Yeah, anyone who basically Hasik is the only one who's screwed at this point. The rest of you are going to start with stealth. Go ahead and once again select your character. Roll for initiative. Did everyone get in on it? We just need
I'm
ECAT.
trying to
worries.
figure out how to click it. There you go.
We did it.
It's like
And
a weird hitbox, the initiative
Yeah.
and the D Beyond.
right, it's you can tell that they sort of glommed it together. All right,
Hey, I
cool.
don't know how you do it, but you always do that with initiative. I don't know how, but you do.
It's totally pseudo RNG. I have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
This also seems like at the end of this is a good place to hand out whatever treasures chat has given you.
Yes.
All right, cool. So the urn falls over and a bunch of corpse-eating butterflies emerge.
How far away from these corpse-eating butterflies, by the way?
How
big
far
are the
ahead were
butterflies?
you? How far ahead were you, Hasik?
Like 50?
My intent was, yeah, it's a 50-foot tower, and that's my flight speed. So my intent was to go all the way up to the nest, which obviously I didn't make it. So I probably, wherever I got stuck with the, Twilight Zone stuff going
All
on.
right, we'll say that you're 25 feet ahead of everyone else.
The range of Pass Without a Trace is 30, though, so you should probably be greater than
40 feet. You're 40 feet away from everyone else. And the nest is built on top of the rocky crag, so too much noise here could be a problem. But if you dispatch these things fairly quietly, you should be all right. All right, so the death butterfly swarm appears. Go ahead. No?
For it.
All right, cool. The death butterfly appears, and they flutter all over you. It's a beautiful way to die.
Oh, no.
All right, so your speed, while you're being buffeted by all these wings, your speed is reduced by half. And you have to roll a dexterity 13 save. All right, we'll handle that on your turn. All right, so they swarm over you, and they bite you.
Oh, no. Oh,
That's a lot of
no.
damage.
Does a 10 hit?
It's not.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Excuse me?
All right, that's it for my turn. Ecat, it's your turn.
What happened to us sneaking into a rock? What is all of this?
It's the side quest.
Oh.
So, after shouting in terror, I am so they're on him. Are we? Is there like a chance of hitting him if I were to shoot at these things?
The swarm is so huge that no. Also,
You'd be throwing-
before we proceed any further, Hasik, roll a dexterity saving throw. Normal, not disadvantage. All right, you are not blinded and your speed is not reduced by half. If you were blinded, you would have problems. All right, Cleek, continue.
Should I just shoot these things? I think that's probably my. Let's see. So the spell isn't like dispel. Is it dispelled if we start attacking?
If you take pass without trace, no.
Okay, so I'm just gonna shoot them with the butterflies then.
Okay, you have advantage because they don't know that you are there. Two solid shots.
Well, that's without the advantage, but I think it's probably academic with those numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go ahead. Why don't you roll two more just in case you land a crit?
Just in case.
And if you do get a crit, then, we'll go from there. All right, no critical hits. Here's the thing. As a swarm, they have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. So, 2 good hits, but you only inflict 5 and 4 points of damage for a total of 9. And I'll make their health bar visible to you so that you can see roughly how you're doing. There you go. 9 points of damage.
I assume since
You got
the
Colossus Slayer on the second one, didn't you?
that's what I was about to ask. Are these all like separate entities, so the Colossus Slayer doesn't really apply here?
I believe Colossus Slayer applies because it's still a swarm is treated as a creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
It's fine.
1d8
That still
then?
works. But this is 1d8 of the same damage type you were inflicting, which means that you only inflict 2 additional damage. Barring any bonus actions or movement, it's Matt's turn.
That'll be my turn.
Yeah, those things look dangerous. I turn to my friends, my allies, for a quick aside. Fireball go boom. Is that okay?
You might hit him. He's really close to them.
Oh, it's not hitting him I'm worried about. I should be able to angle it to miss. It's alerting the rock that we're here.
It
loud
sounds
is
to
the
me like a
fireball?
bad idea.
I am going to cast
All right, what
the
is
Dragon's Breath spell.
Okay.
It's a bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath.
Mhm.
I now, basically as an action until I let go of concentration, can cast Burning Hands. I am going to choose, let's say fire. I think these things look like they get hit by fire.
Okay.
And then I am going to fly forward 25 feet and then open up with my 15-foot cone and target the swarm to where it's missing my ally.
Bah! Roll for damage as fire shoots out of your mouth. It's somehow not as loud as a fireball.
No, thank God it's not. No. I'm just doing that whole Iroh spitting the dragon kind of thing. Uh-oh.
The Dragon of the West.
It's not an actual explosion.
It's
How
like a
does this-
flamethrower.
There we go. Ooh,
right.
those are some bad rolls.
Yeah, it's that's not huge. I'll tell you that much right now. And it is a dexterity saving throw, to which I say, not good. It takes double damage from the attack.
Ooh, all right. Well,
They are vulnerable to fire.
Ooh.
Hasik, it's your turn.
I'm not slowed by these guys right now, right?
Correct. You're covered in bees. What do you do?
So how wide is the ledge between the mountain and the tower?
10 feet.
Okay. So I am going to push off from the tower, fly 20 feet away from the tower, and then stop flying.
I imagine this is sort of like a backflip barrel roll sort of thing.
Yes.
They take an attack of opportunity on your way out, unless you're using your action to withdraw.
Nope, I'll take the attack.
Okay, they do an ass load of damage only if they hit. What's your AC? Curiosity, before I roll this.
Oh god.
15.
Would you say 15? 15?
oh,
so-
friend.
He says.
Survey
never say that before the roll.
says- Oh wait, hold up. 1 second. You know, they gave a creature inspiration, but they didn't give any creature inspiration.
I gave Rock inspiration.
Exactly, so I can't cash it in. I would. All right, here we go. Look at these dice.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
crit!
Oh, friend. Oh. Wait a minute.
Dad.
Nope, he's not. No, he's not.
Why? Why is he not?
Because I didn't get the chance to do this yet. Hold on a second.
Your fate hangs in the balance as time itself pauses while we look at the rules.
I use my portent to where it rolls a 10 instead of a natural 20. I use my reaction
Are
to...
you a divination wizard?
I'm a divination wizard,
Oh
baby!
my god! So just as this happens, you've seen this and you shout a word of...
I see into the future.
It's like,
Oh, man.
I've looked into 14 million possible futures, and in this one, he does not get eaten to death by butterflies.
Dude, I was still
It's not
tripping on that
terrible.
last episode that you gave us, and I was like, wait a minute, no, please, disengage! And as I shout disengage, I hold out my hands, and much like our friends Echo Knight, a different possibility of the world sinks into existence, and in this one, he didn't get hit by bugs and die.
I like that you've rewritten your character, so instead of just seeing the future, you're rewriting time and space in the fabric of
Yes.
reality. All right.
I mean, this is the world with Tiberius Wonder Stave, so it makes
That's
sense.
fair. A 13 does not hit, so you do not take 38 plus 23 is 51 points of damage from butterflies. Congratulations.
I like
Would
to
that
imagine that
knock
as
you out?
no, I
That's
would have been
61
fine.
points of damage, buddy.
I would have been fine.
More.
Well, not fine, but I would have been alive.
I have never taken 61 points of damage in any game and said I'm fine before.
All right, well, that happened. So you do a barrel roll and you stop flying and start dropping, right? Is that what you were doing?
Oh, yeah. Like I like to imagine as I kicked out, like I saw like a flash of what could have happened, and then I suddenly barrel rolled them, things like deflected all of the butterflies away, so that they couldn't hit me.
Ding, 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 ding. I like the idea of you parrying all these evil proboscis and Nas.
I love how 3 harpies, fine. A swarm of bugs, ah!
The difference is range, which is why I stopped flying.
I would like to thank Bubba Rama for giving inspiration to the bugs.
Yeah.
Next time, Gadget. Next
great.
time.
I thought you said Bugorama for a second. I was like,
Henceforth, Bubbarama shall be known as Buggerama. All right, so you still have an action because you did not choose to withdraw. You have escaped from the butterflies for the time being. What would you like to do?
my heart has never pounded so much for another character before.
So I stopped flying, so I would just immediately drop.
On this turn, you're not going to fall. You're not going to free fall because you spent some of your turn moving. You can choose to free fall at the beginning of your next turn if you'd like. But if you use movement, I'm going to have you.
So I can't just start flying and then go into a free fall from
Right.
that.
What you're asking is logical, but the rules don't specifically cover it. So I'm just going to say use up your movement, and then on your next turn, if you want to just plummet, I will allow it.
In that case, I'm going to move the full 50 feet away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to shoot them.
All right, roll it. The nice thing about swarms is that after you hit them below half health, they take less damage, or they inflict less damage.
How large is this swarm made? Is it a 10-foot swarm?
Yes.
Ding.
It is a large-sized swarm.
And, oh no, I don't want to fly up because then I would be too close to the rock. I'm actually going to fly down too.
Yeah, that seems like a more logical thing. And keep in mind, some guy, you are up next. So go ahead and take the shot, Hasik, and then we'll move on to some guy. The shot is ineffective. They've got surprisingly tough little carapaces.
All right, well, I'll take a second shot.
All right, run it back. That's much better. Colossus Slayer should have procced and didn't, so go ahead and roll.
I forgot to turn it on.
That's fine. Roll it. 1d8. Another 3 points of damage. And you have bloodied it, meaning that its damage efficiency is hereby reduced.
Now, my longbow is, by the rules, just a +1 longbow, but made out of the wood at the heart of Tridor. Does that make it magical damage?
It's a yes, it does. But they're just resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, not regardless of whether or not it's magical, like barbarians.
Mundane or magical, it's still resistant.
Correct. If it's physical damage rather than elemental or whatever damage, they are resistant to it.
Got it.
All right. Some guy, you're up, and then it's the attack of the killer butterflies.
Okay. I am going to. I still have my echo, so I'm going to command my echo to move forward.
All
30
right.
feet.
Wop, wop,
How
wop,
far
wop.
away am I from the butterflies?
In melee range.
Oh, I'm within melee range with the echo.
Yeah.
And the bugs magically regenerate.
And they are weak to fire. Is that correct?
Correct. They are restored for 6 points of damage. Thank you, Buggerama.
The
No, thank you, Ixtapa.
Okay, I am going to, within range of my echo, cast Produce Flame.
All right.
That's the only fire spell I have. And it does. I have advantage or disadvantage on this.
Neither. Flat. It's a flat shot.
Neither. Okay.
The exhaustion only.
He should still be, what do you call it? Stealth, though, right? Shouldn't he have advantage on this?
Yes,
hasn't done it.
because you're attacking from stealth. 21 is definitely a hit. You can reroll if you want to see if you get a crit, but you definitely hit it.
Okay. No crit.
And we always take the first damage result whenever we do things like this. So a ball of fire appears in your hands and you give it a Hadouken! Throw it up. Except you're stealth, so it's more of a Hadouken. It impacts for double damage, -10, and once again, this swarm is reduced. Well done. Anything else?
Nope. I think that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The death butterfly swarm is going to swarm down. Go ahead.
Quick question in case I missed it. Did Hasek, once he had moved away his 50 feet, did he dive again?
Yeah. Yeah,
Is he even further away now?
Mm-hmm.
He's behind us.
How far away is he now?
I don't know.
Was it a reaction? How did he dive again?
He moved 50 feet total. So he got up to 50 feet of distance away from it.
Okay, good. Okay, then we're accurate then. Okay, cool.
All right, so moving right along, the bugs are going to move. They can go 40 feet. That's enough to close range with the guy who just breathed fire on them. And they're going to bite the crap out of...
They don't want to go after this guy.
How does the echo work? Can they target the echo?
Yeah, they can. The Echo has an AC of 14 and a hit point of 1, I think.
Okay, all right.
We'll check. Plus my proficiency bonus, which is... I'm not sure what that
Not
is.
enough.
3.
Not enough. They wink your echo out of existence. Poof.
Whoops. All right. I'm just going to move it off to the side somewhere.
No, I got it.
Oh, there we go.
I've banished it to the dungeon dimension.
No.
And that is all that they can do. They've been foiled. They hungered for flesh, but instead they got, weird sound waves. Ikat, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna move to like the same elevation as everyone else, but like 50 feet out.
All right.
So I'm still within optimal range of the bugs, and then I'm going to shoot twice.
All right. Shoot the shot. Oh yeah. Nope. That's good. That's good.
And a second.
Yep, that's also... Oh, no, that's not good. So the first one is 20 points of damage because of Colossus Slayer, divided by 2 for 10 points of damage. The second shot it kills a couple of the little butterflies, but not enough of them to make a dent in the swarm.
The swarm hungers.
Oh, my.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
All right.
Dragon is actually Kerrigan, you see.
Matt, it's your turn.
I breathe fire. Like the dragon of the west before me. I do bah.
Right, get a good roll. Get a good roll this time.
I got a worse roll.
That is not a good roll. You had one job. And I failed my save, so they take 12 points of damage. Now,
I tail it. Oh, what? What
would you like to use your reaction to belch one last little bit of fire?
I would love to get a little and then finish him off. Yes.
Great. Use your reaction.
I pat the back of the dwarf.
Easy there. Better out than in.
Ooh. Pardon me, lads.
All right. It is done. Good job. So.
A question.
Yes.
To Lasoli. Does Fireball light things on fire? Or is it just like a blast?
It also makes an enormous sound explosion, which is why I didn't use it last fight.
Okay.
But
let me know if
unattended
something...
fire.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if things are on fire.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. I mean, a nest is pretty flammable, so if we have to, that'll be a thing. Oh, hey, by the way, guys, just so that way we're all pretty clear on this, because we seem to be very gung-ho, when we finally get to the nest, my plan, by the way, since I have my flight as well as invisibility, I was planning on just going invisible, flying up, stealing some feathers, and running, if you guys wanted to cover me.
We're struggling to take down a swarm of butterflies. We definitely can't handle the rock.
That was my idea. Dwayne Johnson is probably a bit of an ask for us right now.
The nest awaits you by skipping the interior, and after you slay the death butterflies, the unearthly vision below you is banished.
Oh, thank goodness.
Everybody who is currently exhausted, roll a wisdom saving throw, not with disadvantage, a flat wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to expend another inspiration for this one.
Then roll with advantage.
I am as well.
You said everyone who was exhausted rolled this, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And I get a 6 and a 12.
got an 8.
Unlucky. You're all still very cursed. Highly cursed.
How does this curse work? Like, are we able to roll for this later on again?
Yeah, it's not permanent.
Okay.
I look to the rest of my companions and say, "Fear not, the muddy water always clears in time, and the horizon holds the greatest promise. We shall make it through this, companions."
I'm
Very
gonna remove the spit
philosophical
watch.
dwarf.
Water sounds
What?
unpleasant.
Okay.
I didn't hear that, but it didn't sound good for my health.
Do you continue to ascend up to the rocky crag where the nest awaits?
I believe we do. Do we see a giant rock above us?
No, you see a gigantic nest.
Alrighty.
What is the nest made out of?
Trees.
The image. I, there needs to be like some kind of animated like depiction of the rock at some point because everything around it is so comically enormous.
Can we get like James or someone to just draw a nest but made out of Christmas trees?
Happy holidays, everybody.
I'm going to try to do what I was doing before, which is to fly a good distance out and then
Mhm.
up to get a view from above to see, just to scope out the nest.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a. Would this be perception or something else to try and figure out if the rock is in its nest?
Let's, if the rock is cooking, let's go through real quick because everyone's doing stuff. Let's do one at a time. ECAT, what are you doing?
I want to figure out if the rock is in its nest or
Okay,
not.
roll perception check with disadvantage.
You guys, we have to stop calling it the rock. Oh, good. Oh, goodness.
All right. An 11. You cannot tell. The nest is so enormous, nothing is really moving up there, and there's just enough wind that it's hard to hear things.
Okay.
Matt, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to be staying within the radius of the Pass Without Trace because I do not want to give away my position. So I'll be mostly sticking with, I believe it's Hasek who I'm closest to with that. So I'll be sticking nearby Hasek. Or no, I think it was ECAT. Which one of you was the one who was scouting?
me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I will be staying close to the non-forward advancement and within 30-foot range. I will, however, be as far off as I can be within that range. And I would also like to carefully perceive and see if I can notice that it's there,
Okay.
if that's cool with you.
Roll stealth and roll perception.
Alrighty. And I guess since I'm the first one to roll stealth, I get the disadvantage from Bubba Rama. So I will roll with disadvantage, but I do get a
One
plus
for the
10
team.
to this. So I get a 19 total.
Okay. You haven't been detected. Roll perception.
I will roll perception. 21.
Nice.
The wind is my friend. I'm a man of the north.
Okay. You can hear breathing in the nest above you. Massive breathing, and with each breath, enormous wings brush against the limbs of the trees that have been plucked from the forest itself to provide this nest. Slow, even breaths, deep and vast. But there's something else also.
Uh-oh.
Do I have any idea what the something else is? What do you mean something else?
It's behind you.
What?
The sound mixes as the rook takes each deep breath in its low rhythm. There's something else on the wind. Coming from the east. Far, far off in the distance. You're just catching bits and pieces of it.
Oh no. I am going to message ECAT and say, large wind beats. We have to get to ground now, and I head towards the base of the nest.
Okay.
I'm going to go along with that.
All right.
Making sure to keep pass without a trace up.
First off, we're going to Tim. What are you up to?
I figure we're still moving like together, even though we're going turn order. We're still
For sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so if I know something crazy is coming, I'm going to. First, I'm going to see if I can see it, but I'm also going to move with the party to hide underneath the nest.
All right, so you're going to move up towards the base of the nest, roll stealth with disadvantage. The creature is sleeping, and roll perception, also with disadvantage because of fatigue. 15 plus 10, so 25. Super stealthy, and roll perception.
With disadvantage?
Yep. Ooh.
That's still good.
Okay, there's something else also on. You can't see anything yet. Maybe a speck on the horizon, perhaps. But there's something else that you can hear with the wing beats. It's a male choir, you think.
Excuse me?
Oh, hey, do oh, hey, do oh, hey, Dova King. It's the fight music that plays right before you get absolutely roasted.
Yep.
Do we hear someone also
In before
ask us if we're
copyright
finally
strike?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just asking, do we also hear someone ask us if we're finally awake?
Oh, good. Do I have it? Hang on. I don't have that, but I do have this for you.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Yes, I am a bird.
All right. You see something traveling unbelievably fast. It's soaring on the wind, getting larger and larger. At this distance, roll an intelligence check with disadvantage. Go ahead. Oh, repeat that.
Who's rolling an intelligence check? Everyone?
No,
party?
Tim.
Just me?
Yeah, this is a check to do quick maths.
You
I'm not
got this,
going for
lad.
it right now.
I believe in you.
All right, well, I'll give you the math in a moment. Meanwhile, some guy, what are you doing? You're aware of all of this that is transpiring. A 5. Well, it's faster than any of you, but distance is difficult to judge at this point.
I feel like it would be pretty
This is
good.
what Gnomes
judging-
rolled on his math check.
Sorry,
I
what
feel
was...
like judging distance in the sky would be like something I would be good at.
Under normal circumstances, yeah, but you've had a long day, you've been cursed by infernal magic. I will say it is more than 3 times faster than you. Easily.
Oh.
Right. Some guy, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, so I'm aware of everything that's been transpired. I do know that something is traveling very fast at us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know... Do I know which direction it's coming from? Because I assume they all sort of see specks out in the air.
Yes.
Should I... Can I also roll an intelligence check to figure out how fast it's flying?
Yes.
Let it be known that I have 0 modifier to my intelligence.
All right.
Where do I roll it?
You just click, if you're using Roll20, you click on your intelligence itself. On D&D Beyond, I don't remember exactly where to get it.
Oh wait, that was with advantage, so take the 8.
All right.
Because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you are not sure. You are not positive.
Ik fast go vroom.
That's my exact words. It fast go vroom. I'm going to summon my echo back.
All right. Let me return it from the dungeon dimension.
Thank you very much.
Dimension the dice.
Calling it from beyond the grave.
Wob, 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 wob. It returns.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to do.
Are you following us to the nest?
Yes, I am following you to the nest. But like, I don't know if there's any more information for me to be able to glean off of all of this.
I say we lie in wait. Find out what this beast is.
So are we still going in turn order?
Yes. Well, I'm doing some quick maths myself. Okay, so we are back up to ECAT. The beast is sleeping. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a perception check to try and see if I can get a better look at this dragon, this thing in the distance, and see if I can figure out what it is.
Okay. Roll it.
With disadvantage?
Yep.
2 9s.
2 9s. It's big. It's got wings.
You know, we're getting better each time. A 5, an 8, a 9. We're getting a little better, guys.
We can count.
What?
Yeah,
What's the size on a gargantuan creature?
At least 20 by 20.
I think the rook might be gargantuan. Yeah,
it is.
It's at least as big as the rook.
Oh, great.
well, I guess keep pass without a trace up and keep sort of moving towards the nest.
Okay, you can find it. You can reach it at this point if you'd like, but you'll need to climb or fly over the lip.
What do you guys think?
I think we're all looking to fly just in the base of the trees, right? Like, we don't need to be up in the nest. We kind of want to be under it, just so that way we can see what this dragon business is before we move on the rock.
Yeah, under the nest, like right up against the tower, preferably like where it's shadowed.
But not touching the tower. Let's be very clear. We're not going to touch the tower. We're going to be in the boughs of the nesty tree.
There is a sort of safe area that you can go to around the edges.
That's where we'd like to be.
All right.
Just
Good.
sort of watch the dragon thing
Mm-hmm.
while listening and monitoring the.
Would you
road.
guys like me to try and make an undisadvantaged perception check on this dragon?
Yes.
That is
The
your
head's
call.
spinning,
I would-
trying to fly up and not being able to fly up.
All right, I lost track of things for a moment because I was doing some stuff. ECAT, you were moving closer and trying to get a bearing on the creature. Did you have anything else, or were you all taken care of?
I think basically we're just waiting here, watching for the dragon to pass by.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
I believe that's the course of action, yes.
You would think we'd try to hurry up and grab the feather before the dragon shows up.
Well, let me can I make a perception check to see if I might be able to see how long it would take for this great beast, if it is a dragon, to get here before?
Yeah.
Like if it's moving so quickly, we should wait for it to pass, or if it's moving slow enough, we might be able to get the goods and get out.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
19.
19.
Winds are my ally.
It is moving. Its move speed is 300 feet.
Oh my.
Holy.
And it is like a mile out or closer?
3 miles out.
Okay.
You have less than 3 minutes before it arrives.
Does it look like it's making a beeline here?
Yes.
I inform the party. It is a dragon, right? I can tell.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest.
Is it the dragon? Is it literally the dragon? The one that I saw the other day when I was on the boat?
Yeah.
Or okay.
So you guys, death itself is coming. It'll be here in mere minutes. Let's get these feathers and get out.
How freshly plucked does the feather have to be?
I don't think there's gonna be many feathers after it's
By
done.
hand. You have to pluck it yourself by your own living hand for the magic to work.
Let's see, 3 minutes.
Does the echo count?
Yes, the echo is an extension of you. No, the echo is not flesh. I'm going to say no, it doesn't count.
Dang.
What if we wait until the dragon gets closer, then pluck the feather from the rock from the side the dragon is coming from, so that when the rock wakes up and looks in the direction it sees the dragon, instead of us running away for our lives?
I like it.
That would put
I'm
us
down.
close to the dragon, though.
Who
So here-
wants to volunteer as tribute?
So here's
I have an
my.
echo. We have a decoy.
I don't
If
mind
that's what
doing
you're
it.
asking.
That was my plan. I have my flying boots. I can turn invisible. I can be very sneaky with your aura. My thought was I fly up, I grab the feather, hopefully multiple. I'd like to have a few myself. I have some spells to where if things go bad, I can get myself out of there. And I'm a divination wizard who saved a natural 1, so I can almost guarantee whatever spell I want to get off will get off. And then we hightail it out of here.
Can you
I'll-
pluck the feather and stay invisible?
Can I pluck the feather and what?
Stay invisible.
No, it will break invisibility to pluck the feather.
Is
I
that
will
an
go.
attack? Am I attacking, mate? Because invisibility only breaks if you cast a spell or attack. I should be fine to just do mundane things. I can open doors, interact with
Right,
objects.
but it's a creature. Like, if you were gonna take something from someone,
Oh,
if you're
invisible
gonna-
people can steal all the time. What are you talking about?
yeah, if you were gonna pickpocket someone, that'd be fine. But what if you're gonna pluck their hairs?
Am I doing damage to them?
No,
Because if not, I'm doing an
all right.
attack roll.
I'm
I think
I'm going to allow that.
You're God, but I'm thinking that's a bit much since we're not actually trying to hurt this thing. All we're doing is trying to steal the golden egg and get out.
I'm going to allow that.
I love you. All right.
I will go with him with passer out of without a trace, just to be absolutely sure.
Glorious.
Okay.
That's what I want.
All right, so
how-
run me. Go ahead.
I can cast invisibility on the both of us if you'd like. It would be an upcast. It would be you would use one of my 3rd level slots, but you and I can both be invisible that way in case there is some wake up action. There's no obvious targets.
Good idea.
All right, I'm going to burn a 3rd level spell slot to cast invisibility on both myself and my compatriot who will be assisting me in this.
I was going to ask, as a winged creature who is adept at flying, how much can I control my direction while otherwise free falling?
Up to your fly speed. You can adjust your arc by 50 feet, basically.
So I could theoretically free fall 500 feet down and 50 feet horizontally.
Yes. I am going to say that you can't superhero land out of a free fall. You need to arrest your movement.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All right, plan. How big is this nest? Like, how long is it going to take for us to get to the rock?
Probably 3 rounds to get over. Well, no, 1 round if you just book it, but then you'll have disadvantage on your stealth checks.
Hey, can you like not put this here? Can we just like not remind ourselves what's happening right now? I'd like to live in a hole, please.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Hey, what is the icon for concentration, by the way?
Pick one.
Alrighty then.
Also, do we get another roll to shake off the Twilight Zone?
That seems fair. If you are currently cursed by the Twilight Zone, roll a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled that with disadvantage.
All right, Cleek is clear. Lumina and Hasik are still cursed.
I think I'm actually developing a fear of heights.
My heart jumped a bit when I saw "Oh God, oh fuck" move a little closer. So we're all in the same boat. We're in that guard. So.
All right, so
12 rounds until the destroyer arrives.
Operation
Wait,
Yeet
what?
the Feather
Oh,
is
no,
in
no.
progress.
I totally miscalculated that.
3 minutes.
27
Yeah, no,
rounds.
I did. The math got confused in my brain at some point.
Thank you.
It's been 3 rounds. It's been 3 rounds. How many? All right, so you have.
27.
All right, yeah.
Okay, we move up into the nest. I would like to use now. Is it possible for him to assist me to pluck these feathers, or can we both just try on our own to do this?
Both of you make separate rolls.
Perfect. I am going to use one of my 2
But
inspirations.
first, roll a new stealth check.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yep. Have a nice day.
Advantage if you're stealth, disadvantage if you're cursed. They even each other out.
16 for me.
Okay, you have advantage if you're invisible, my friend.
Oh, you're right. God, I'm amazing.
turning
Why am I
on-
so amazing?
29, baby! I'm flying around invisibly. I'm so cool.
So we both have advantage then because we're both invisible.
Yes, and you're the yep. Okay, 32. Yeah, no, great spell, awesome spell. You're fine for the time being.
You're welcome, DM.
Oh yeah.
It will
We're
take
just
an.
using what is given to us.
It's totally fine. It will take an athletics check to pluck a feather from the rook.
Could I use
Are you
a
going for one of the
dexterity?
outer feathers or one of the inner feathers? No, it's still.
Does it have to be strength?
It has to be strength. You have to just force
no.
it. Yeah, I mean, it's
no.
tough.
Could I now question? Would it ruin the integrity of the feather if instead of just forcing it out, if I just like cut it away with my dagger?
It has to be hand plucked for the magic to work.
All right, hand plucked it is. I suck at this, so yeah. Good luck, Matt. I'm gonna give myself advantage with one of my two inspirations.
Hasik and some guy. What are you two doing while they are creeping around up top?
I'm trying to formulate an escape plan. I think.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I still have the act of God, the moment of clarity, sudden thought.
Oh,
What can I use it on in this situation?
What problem are you trying to solve?
Escape route.
An escape route?
good idea.
All right. Well,
Sorry to take it under.
what is the dragon? If the dragon is actually coming here and not just flying past, what is the dragon likely here to do?
To mess up that rock.
You will.
Claim
There's 0% chance that you'll be able to outrun the dragon. And if you stay close by, you'll be in the blast radius of the dragon, which is a bad idea. So you don't need to fully escape. You need to get far enough away to not be in the immediate blast radius and hide. There are some woods nearby that will almost certainly be on fire shortly, but will also give you cover. If you're willing to endure a forest fire, you could probably hunker down and be safe for a while. Relatively safe. Safer than getting eaten by the dragon of the world before.
Right.
But the trick is, you should wait nearby until a Chardalon is busy, and then book it at max speed. Because if he spots you running from a long distance, who knows what he'll do.
Good
I have
point.
an idea.
The real question is, does pass without a trace, is that effective against a world-ending dragon?
It'll give you the +10.
But
I'm
what's his
not going to
perception
ask
at?
what his perception is.
You know, I have great news. You are going to be some of the first people to be close enough to a Chardalon to actually experience his stats. So if you want to find out, you'll be able to find out.
All right.
Didn't they
I don't
briefly
wanna
fight
find out.
against him in the main campaign once?
Yeah, they did.
Guys, I don't want to find out. We don't need to find out that. It's not important.
Yeah. Let's just get this feather and leave.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
And mate, by the way, when I approach, I'm going to use my inherent dwarf, snow dwarf magic to cast Armor of Agathis on myself for 10 temporary hit points, because I do not want to be just immediately destroyed when all hell breaks loose.
Okay. I want to point out, by the way, I didn't say 3 minutes. I said about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it takes 3 rounds for you to crest over the top. You are now in position before this enormous, huge, bigger than a bus-sized bird. The outer feathers are so huge, it's like a palm frond at least, and ripping them out would be tough.
This thing's the size of a Boeing 747, man. This thing's enormous.
Yeah. So if you guys are real lucky, you can get exit seats. So you can try to go for one of the outer feathers, or you can rifle through to get one of the smaller feathers. That would be a dexterity-based check. You can use.
Please.
Okay.
Oh God. Please.
I will allow sleight of hand, investigation, or survival in order to get an easier feather. So each of you pick those skills.
Sleight of hand, investigation. Okay, cool. Got it. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Go.
Sleight of hand, investigation, survival.
Or survival.
Right.
Okay.
Those are the 3
Or
that I offer.
athletic.
So if you're poking the bird right now, roll one of those skills.
Is it
20,
athletics?
not natural, dirty.
All right. How do you have advantage on this?
I used a inspiration, one of my two.
Got it.
Let's see, just turning off advantage real quick.
What is giving you advantage?
I said I was turning it off.
Gotcha. I thought you said on. 15. Okay. So, Cleek and Matt Storff, whose name I did not put on the token and therefore can't remember.
Vasoli.
Vasoli.
Fallhammer.
You managed to get underneath to some of the pinions, which are still at least as long as you. Roll an athletics check to pluck the feathers.
Wait, what?
Roll. Now that you've gotten down there, you have an easier DC.
Oh gosh, this wasn't to actually pluck it.
Yeah, that was just to get to the target.
All right.
I got a 19.
A 19, you managed to pluck one of the pinion feathers. Matt, did you roll yet?
No, I'm gonna use my last inspiration in order to. This is only athletics, right? Nothing else.
Correct.
Oh god, I should have taken enhance ability. A 9.
All right, you give it a tug.
Ominous noises.
By the way, how injured does this thing look? Is it still harboring some?
It's bloodied. This thing's
Okay.
bloodied. It's like half health or lower.
Okay.
Okay, both of you roll new stealth checks, please.
Alrighty. I can do that thing you ask of me. 19. 29 total.
20,
Okay.
28. Great spell.
Amazing spell.
Okay,
I
that's
would
fine.
like to try to yank again.
Roll it.
I have no more inspiration. Heart of the cards, 14, baby.
A 14. You give it another tug.
With a
And
lower DC, you said.
I know. A 15 instead of an 18.
Ah.
Roll stealth.
Both of us again.
Oh, don't bother. Just don't roll a 1. Just don't roll 2 1s. All right. So Cleek has a feather.
Can I pull him over to where my feather is and say, hey, I found one right here. Pull this out.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Cleek, go ahead and roll again. You give a mighty tug, and you successfully remove the feather.
So that's two
That's
feathers.
2. Since we're
Yep.
technically waiting for this dragon to get here, and it looks pretty far off, we should just keep going, right? I see no issue with what we're doing.
I think we should get out of here. That dragon might be after the rock, and if we're right next to it when that happens, we're going to get destroyed by its flames. Let's get out of
I
here.
agree with you, friend, but double or nothing. One more. Let me find one more for you to pluck, and then we can leave. If you can't get
Third time's
we're-
a charm.
we're gone.
One
do you say?
more.
All right, let's see. I'm going to do a investigation check.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope I found
There's
one.
another one. There's another one. Yep, definitely.
All right, friend, you can do this, and then we're gone.
All right.
One for the bad guy, one for you, and one for me. Let's get out of here. Yes.
Yoink! You now have 3 pinion rook feathers.
I
Alright.
grab the arc. Oh, I can't see him. Crap. I reach around and pat him. I kiss the
Mhm.
air, and then I move on.
Okay.
And
Where
now we start running.
would the party like to take cover?
I would like to use.
And how many of you are invisible?
So far, just the 2. I can't have spells high enough to get more people than 2. But we do have the unstoppable pass without trace. So there's that.
Which I think all of us are under the effect of.
So,
Yeah, I would have like slowly moved my way to the opposite side of the nest from the dragon,
all right.
from the direction the dragon was.
So basically, what I'm going to ask is, are you guys going to make a break for it to the forest while a Chardalon approaches? Are you going to hide in the nest? Are you going to hide in the tower? Are you going to hide down the mountain? You have
I have
about
an idea.
a minute and a half.
I have an idea.
We should try and hide like in the mountain. What's your idea, Matt?
I would like to. I have some more spell slots. I can cast invisibility on two of you. One of the Aarakocra that has the pass without trace, and then our knight. The two of you invisibly fly to the base of the mountain, and then I will cast a single invisibility on you, my friend. You will fly down, and then I'll cast my last invisibility on me. It takes concentration, so I can't do it all at once, but I can use the last of my high-level spell slots to just ferry us down.
I mean, or we could fly down the side of the mountain that's opposite from the dragon.
That's true. Let's just do that. That's a great idea. Let's
Just free fall, yeah.
All right, so
Faster.
the lot of you are going to fly down the backside of the mountain and just go to the foot of the mountain. Is that where you're going to hide?
Yeah, I'm thinking hide at the foot of the mountain.
Okay. So
but
that
our
How would you cover the foot of the mountain?
forest, right? We can go to the foot of the mountain, but then we should break for the forest while we still have the mountain between us and the dragon, right?
Yeah.
the dragon is approaching from the forest side.
Is it just open plain on the other side?
Yep.
How much distance between the forest? Okay, you know what? It's fine. Let's fly to the base of the mountain, and then if I have to, I can do the invisible ferry I was talking about to get us to the forest.
Did we find any treasures in the rock nest by any
Yes,
chance?
yes, you absolutely found some
idea.
treasures. You
Let's
found
go.
some treasures. Thank you for the reminder. Let's get some treasures going.
Yes, that's a great idea. It's a rock nest.
All right, how many treasures are we looking at?
There were some bandits in those trees that it used for its nest.
Some Etten bones.
4
you know?
treasures. Awesome. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to have each of you, starting with Ekat, roll percentile dice.
That's D100, right?
Yep, 1d100.
Holy
100.
Oh my. Is it a rock feather? Is that what it is?
No. Give me a sec. Okay,
Did a wild magic bomb?
that'd be hilarious. It might be the best thing we could possibly do here, but no. Matt, roll 1d100. 25. Okay, Tim, roll 1d100. 5.
If it ain't eggs, then it ain't breakfast. If it ain't eggs.
And last but not least, some guy roll 1d100.
It's got to be a 1, right? Okay. It's gotta be.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Eight is a
Oh
lucky
yeah,
number.
we're doing that. We're gonna do that.
Can you share what we're looking at here?
Yeah, give me one sec. Now that we had 4 treasures, you've each rolled. Okay, cool. Here we go. First off, Matt, you found a potion of fire resistance.
Hey, that's nice.
That's
That might be helpful.
highly relevant. Tim, you found a potion of superior healing, which is like 4d4 plus. It's 8,
Superior is 84, dude. Oh my
84
god.
plus 8.
Wow, that's the best healing potion in the game.
No, there's a supreme healing. It's like 20d4.
Oh, a supreme. Okay, I thought you said. Okay, yeah.
No, it is 84. And then you found 2 other items. One of them is a piece of sackcloth. It's just a piece of cloth. Who's proficient in Arcana?
I am.
You are? Okay.
I am.
Roll an Arcana check.
I shall. Middling. Well,
What'd you
better
get?
than middling.
14. This is a portable hole.
Oh my goodness! That's amazing.
Yep. It's
Hey,
a.
did someone bring a bag of holding? We can kill a Charlatan right now.
Actually, did anyone take a bag of holding?
No, because I didn't bring it because I didn't have a portable hole, but I didn't know this was going to happen.
It creates an extra dimensional hole 10 feet deep.
It's the Looney Tune hole.
Yeah, it's the Looney Tunes hole. And you can close it from the outside, from the inside, and if you do that, it just turns into a cloth. It's just a cloth sitting out in the mortal realm. If it is destroyed, you will all be shunted to the astral plane. You'll probably meet a dude with his head pulled off.
I was
riding
gonna
another
say.
dude.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
That's risky.
yeah, that's a risky biscuit. You can all fit in there, but you only have 10 minutes of air. Is the thing. So that is one of the items you can now incorporate into your escape plan. And then you also found a bag of beans.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of beans these could be.
Some guy roll 3d4.
Oh god.
And then what's the result? Because I'm looking at like 15 different screens.
4, 2, and 2.
4, 2. So there are 8 beans in the bag.
Nice. These are good beans, Jack. We have no more cows, but now we have beans.
If you can water the beans, stuff will happen. If you dump out the beans, other stuff will happen. Probably not good stuff. So, each bean...
Someone make an Arcana check to figure out.
Yeah, I can do that.
about
Mm-hmm.
Can I try? Can I give it a look?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's let the party carry try.
Oh,
You have no idea what's going to happen.
I've never seen beans where I'm from. I have no idea what that is.
My culture has no word for this concept you call beans.
Beans. Is this like a potato? We have potatoes.
Material possessions are not an Aarakocra thing.
What would you like to do?
As a Chardalon ominously approaches,
Was that all the items? The beans? The,
Yep. 2 potions, a portable hole, and a bag of beans.
So I'm perfectly content to just nosedive down the side of the mountain. But what about our knight?
He can hold
I have
on to
an-
us.
I can also free fall. I have an idea of
Wait
how
a
to get out of a free fall.
I know what you're gonna do. I'm not sure I know what you're gonna do. It's
All right,
amazing.
let me just say that in a long-running campaign, we would have a converse. I would let you get away with this once, and then we would have a conversation about it. In a one-shot, knock yourself out.
We all know what you're gonna do, and I love it.
All right, what do you do?
Real quick, guys, before we leave, I had an idea. I built my whole character around this idea, and I got what I needed for it. But now the game is wrapping up, and it's not gonna work. So I kind of want to like screw this rock over before we leave, just as a party little gift.
I'm
Right,
down
You want to
for
light
that.
on fire?
I built a divination wizard specifically knowing we'd fight a rock because I wanted to use Earthbind on the rock so it couldn't fly. And I have a portent of a 1. I can make it roll a natural 1 on its save. So I can landlock this thing to where it's stuck on top of a tower with a dragon coming after it and it can't fly.
Do that. While you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can find some, because like he's using trees for this, but there's also like bark and twigs and like leaves and stuff mixed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a tinderbox on me.
Oh. Oh, God.
You're gonna earthbind and cook the bird.
And then it jumps off the tower and dies because it's at half health.
Not
almost.
again!
Is this a good time to say I have control flame cantrip where I can expand a flame?
what is a Chardalon gonna think when he sees the bird roasting?
Hopefully he thinks it's dinner and he leaves us alone.
Obviously.
We just roast the bird for him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my divination, and when we're ready to drop this plan, I'm gonna cast Earthbind on the rock. I'm gonna use my portent to make it roll a natural 1, and I'm leaving.
And then
Okay.
we're base jump off the tower.
Now, here's a question. What happens if we set up the hole so that we fall into it?
It only
Does
works.
it break fall damage?
No, it's still like an extra dimensional space that obeys otherwise the laws of physics. You can't use it to catch people from a jump. That'd be hilarious though. Now, if you filled the portable hole with Jello, then perhaps we could talk. But you did not find.
I did happen to take the 3rd level spell, fill with Jello, and I have 1
Do
slot
10
left.
good berries count?
No, 10 good berries do not count as Jello.
About 20.
10 on me.
God, a good berry is probably like the size of a holly berry or like a raspberry or something. So if you can compute how many of those would be required to fill up a 10-foot by 10-foot hole, then we can talk.
I'm a math teacher.
I was watching and not playing. I would totally do that, but
Okay, so the plan is Earthbind, light on fire, base jump, right?
Yes.
yeah, I think I should probably. Well, I was gonna say I should probably start by trying to get the fire going, but I don't want him to like smell the smoke and take off before we get a chance to Earthbind him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it might take a moment for the tinderbox to actually, get enough of a flame going that we can control flame it bigger. But other than that, yeah.
I mean, you could always create it at the very bottom of this enormous nest, and it'll go when we need it to go. It'll be fine.
Does anybody have torches on them? Because I didn't bother carrying.
I have 10 torches. I light up 10 torches.
I have 10 torches.
I just light up 20 torches and just drop it in the nest.
I have control flames, so I can make it extend to the whole nest if you want me to.
So, mate, I think what we're doing, we're going to the base of the nest, that spot that safely met the tower, and we're just turning that bottom area in. I said we weren't going to do fire deaths this game. Every game I play, we always set things on fire and leave.
Look, fire solves a lot of problems, okay?
We were just supposed to get it and get out. There wasn't supposed to be a dragon.
Is there possibly going to be an ominous red sky over this village by any chance?
Yeah, chat, I'm pretty sure that a Chardalon can actually just save against 3 things per day. I'm not even going to waste trying this on the dragon. How funny would it be, though, if you earthbound the dragon of the past multiverse and it crashes to the earth?
All you need is like...
But it would take 20d6 damage and it would go, hey, that sucked. And I'm going to get right back up and come kill you now.
Hold on. What if you get like 10 divination wizards to do that?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, I mean, actually, honestly, that's the sort of thing you do to defeat a world-ending threat, is you get,
Let me just call up all my divination buddies and we'll come out here and take care of this, guys. Don't worry.
Hold on. I just looked at his stat block.
Yeah.
It actually gives his dimensions, which is kind of neat.
Yep. I don't care. I'm not. All right.
Hi, dragon.
All right. So the plan is you guys are going to load up the bottom of the nest with fuel.
Yes.
Earthbind, and Portent. The other 2 light it on fire, and then the next round you all base jump to safety. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Are we doing that with Pass Without Trace or invisibly as we base jump?
I mean, 2 of us are invisible. Oh, no, there's no way. It's concentration for Earthbind, so we're not invisible.
Okay.
One of us. So 2 of us have passed without a trace. But how about like we base jump with one of us holding hands with you?
Yes.
With those of you who don't have.
Couldn't we just all hold hands as we just base jump down the side of the mountain? Oh my god, guys, we should make a square. We should make one of those like little falling circle.
Yes.
Yes, we're doing it. We're base jumping like skydivers, and it's going to be amazing.
I don't have much of a choice in this, do I?
I'm sure the air resistance caused by the feathers isn't going to affect anything.
Nope. This is a game. We don't bring physics into this game, guys. Let's just enjoy the memes and call it a day.
I mean, Brent opts out of the laws of physics practically every session.
And then he goes, if you'll allow it, DM, and it takes like 3 minutes to explain physics.
Wings are like an extra set of limbs. It's not like our hands are attached to the wings, right?
Love is
not a ball of fire, I see.
And it makes
it's a ring of fire.
A fiery ring.
This is just the nest being on fire that I'm adding.
I fell for you like a child.
All right,
This
so
isn't the 50-foot dragon.
are you guys good with the plan?
I am, yeah.
Yep.
And you execute the plan?
That's the plan, yes.
Okay. You light the bird on fire and base jump to the bottom.
On the side of the mountain the dragon can't see.
On the opposite side of the mountain. Everybody roll an acrobatics check.
I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, with disadvantage if you're cursed. Actually.
Oh, right, I'm not cursed.
Yep.
So a 9.
Do those of us that
Wow.
are holding the others, can we help them not be so bad?
The whole point of this is when you're all holding hands, the acrobatics is to maintain formation. So you're already rolling to do this.
Okay.
All right, that is 2 successes and 2 failures. So when you land, you all land prone. If you are concentrating on a spell, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Now wait a minute. We are base jumping, but we're also flying, mate.
Right, but have you ever tried 4 winged creatures cannot hold hands, right? Like you got 2 people with the physics of this. 2 of them need their hands to fly. So I'm just saying.
There goes 1 pass without a trace.
You guys have barely used any spell slots. I'm sure you can just put it back up. So 1 pass without a trace pops. The other one also pops. And Matt, are you concentrating on invisibility?
No, I'm concentrating on the other thing.
What was the other thing?
The Earthbind.
Oh, well, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I should have taken guidance.
Natural
You're fine.
20.
Yeah, no, it's still all right.
There it is, man. That bird's not going anywhere.
All right, so
Poor bird.
your spells are down, but you will need to use some magic, recast your magic if you want those pass without traces back. Or at least one of you has to. And please move yourselves to the base of the tower.
Yes.
Base of the tower, base of the mountain.
Oh, base of the tower. I thought we were base of the mountain.
Yeah, base of the mountain. That's what I meant. I meant the
Okay.
tower that I drew, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Also, it is 6 million berries to fill a 10-foot by 10-foot hole.
Wow.
So we just need 600,000 people with good berries.
All right, either we get the entire College of
several
Divination to omen the crap out of a Chardalon and defeat him, or, hear me out, we get everyone in the kingdom who can cast Good Berry and we make a Jello pit. Both viable plans. All right,
Yes.
so the rock is going to cook for like a minute. Each of you roll 3d6.
Can you tell me what this is for?
How much fire damage it's going to take?
Oh, okay, cool.
17, 32,
Amazing.
48,
I'm terrible at rolling fire damage today.
57 points of damage. And you all, the shadow of the dragon passes over before it even arrives. The terrible beating of its wings as it soars towards this beacon, this roasted bird prepared for him.
We cooked dinner for you, a Chardalon.
As the shadow passes over, I'm going to recast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone in the party roll a stealth check.
Uh-oh.
Is that
I
plus?
don't want to click the button.
Is that plus 10?
Oh,
Okay, so
This is
13,
with the plus 10.
28, 32,
20.
and 20.
He definitely sees through the 13.
A Chardalon circles the spire and uses
wait,
a.
that's from.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Do I roll another one for my echo?
No.
Okay.
And
Can you
uses
dismiss him?
a legendary action to detect.
Okay.
He makes
This
a
seems
perception
mean.
check.
This is a Chardalon we're talking about here.
I'm going to allow it.
Plus 25!
This
Look, guys,
is a Chardalon we're talking about here.
if the bird was not on fire, he probably would have just shown up for his snack. Roll for initiative.
So fun fact here, I would have mentioned that, but I kind of wanted to see a Chardalon in action.
Well, you got to see a world-ending dragon up close.
I have some really good news for you. One, I haven't actually put his stats into the game, so I'm running them off of paper. Two, his initiative is not that great.
Do I get disadvantage on this?
No, this is not a skill check.
I forgot to click my token.
I
All right.
can't click my token. Oh, there we go.
All right, I will add a turn for you.
Can I use inspiration?
You
Still,
may
or
use
no?
inspiration.
This is my last inspiration. Okay. Oh wait, I selected my echo backs.
Oh, you know what? There's a participant in this whole scene who I've completely forgotten about. The poor SOB.
You still got a better
He
initiative.
rolls a 9.
Okay, Cleek. The dragon passes over. Each beat of its wings, a wind crushes you. You feel heat rising off your skin, your feathers, as its gaze locks onto you. What do you do?
First, I'm going to squeak in fear,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast this spell, Animal Messenger. I'm
Mhm.
going to look for the closest squirrel and
Mhm.
tell it to go to the nearest town, sort of describe a person from the town that I remember, and
Mhm.
ask it to tell the village that the world-ending dragon has reached location we are at. Run as fast as you can. It's going to kill all of you.
Okay.
Can the
And-
squirrel speak common?
It can now. That's what the magic does.
Yeah, it's a messenger. So that'll be my action.
Mhm.
Who has the little hole, by the way?
That's a good question.
I'd rather go to the astral plane than die.
That's a very good point.
Who rolled the double zeros? Who rolled the double zeros?
I rolled the 100.
Then you have the hole.
So
I'd rather go to the astral plane than die. Set it up.
is setting up the hole in action?
I believe using the portable hole is an action. Let
Don't
me
worry.
find out.
If you hold it out, one of us can take it from you if you need to.
Yeah, I
It is an
toss
action.
it to.
Okay.
I toss it to one of the other members of the party. We'll go with Matt.
Okay.
Lasoli catches it, looks to the rest of the party, and we'll wait until Hassett goes.
Okay. Cleek, is your turn over?
Yep.
A Chardalon uses a legendary action.
Who dies?
I would
The
like
echo.
to still point out we are on the other side of the mountain.
He moves
This
at
thing has
300
300
feet.
feet movement speed.
I just want to know how he saw us on the other side of the mountain.
So I said he circled the spire. Is what ended up happening. He saw if there was no fire, he would not have circled the spire. He did see the fire. He circled the spire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, he moves fast, but the spire is like 600 feet up, so we've got some time.
Well, not if he just circles around it.
What's the diameter of the mountain?
I'm saying
Okay.
the mountain is 600 feet up in the air. He's above us. You said he was above us, so he's no closer than 600 feet to us. Even if he double moves, he won't
you know
get us right
what?
now.
That is true. This special ability only has a 400-foot range.
Only a 400-foot
Oh.
range.
Yeah. Okay.
And we are way farther out than that. Oh, rules lawyer. Come on, get in here.
Oh, but you know what? This ability does have a 600-foot range. It costs 3 of his 4 legendary actions to use this. So I want to point that out.
So that's all of his legendary actions after detect.
Why do I have a feeling this
Yeah,
is an
actually, yeah.
academic question?
Wait, did the detect have a 400-foot range?
It just lets him make a wisdom perception check as a legendary action. So yeah, this is going to use up his legendary action. So if you survive this, you have until his actual turn. Everybody roll 1d20. The lowest one wins.
Wins what?
I should have saved that point.
Wins the contest of death.
Okay, well, there's one.
Oh!
Okay.
You have the hole!
All right, Matt. He locks his eyes onto you, and fire builds up in his mouth, and he spits this tiny, focused ball of fire that is so concentrated and so hot. Looking directly at it burns your retinas. It shines like lens flare as it whips through the air towards you. How much does your Armor of Agathis give you?
10.
10. Okay, and do you have any other reactions you can use?
I was looking, and I have a lot of bonus actions, but only one reaction, and it's for armor, which I don't think matters.
Okay, a Chardalon rolls with his immolation attack. 39.
Hey, mate, is it possible that really quickly you could roll the rock saving throw, and if it would have failed, I didn't use portent?
I'm going to allow that, Doctor Strange. I'm going to allow that. What's the save on this, dude?
It's a 15.
And what type of save?
A wisdom save.
Okay, let's see. This one's for all the marbles.
Good luck.
5.
We're fucked.
No, he failed.
I would like.
You failed the save.
Since the rock would have failed, I wouldn't have used my portent, and I would like, if possible, to Doctor Strange in a world where I don't explode with our only chance of getting out of here.
All right, well, let's split the timeline real quick, okay? In the first timeline, this is what happens.
Oh,
You
God.
take 61 points of fire damage. Would you have been dead?
I wouldn't have been dead. I would have been unconscious, but I would not have taken over again enough to kill me.
Okay. That wouldn't have been that bad. You guys could totally have made it through that. Also, it doesn't matter. You don't have any resistance, right? To
I
fire?
would have had fire resistance if I could have popped that potion.
Okay, great. Let's pretend you popped the fire resistant potion. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's just say I did.
In
Probably
you know,
fair to think that
in
as
the
you
world
see
that I didn't do that.
fire looming towards you, you popped the potion.
great. The immolation burns away your fire resistance. You lose all fire resistance for the next 24 hours.
Yay! In
All
that
right.
world,
Meanwhile, in this world,
I'm gonna give him a 1.
the immolation bolt streaks into the side of the mountain, and there's an explosion of rock as an avalanche is triggered, and it falls very dramatically all around you. But because this is a natural 1, and we don't want it to actually help a Chardalon, it gives you a nice pile of cover. So you now have cover against a Chardalon, the world-ending dragon.
Oh my God!
Full of snow, right? Because it's an avalanche.
I'm sure that
Rock
rocks
slide.
are going to be a big problem for a Chardalon to deal with. No way he breaks through that cover.
Hasik, it's your turn. The dragon is
Pretty
600
close.
feet away.
We're all standing pretty close to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast Cloud.
Okay.
And I imagine that the rocks falling would have picked up some dust too, so it's kind of like the dust is like lingering instead of coming out of nowhere.
I like that. That's fine. That's good.
And then I am going to take cover for what it's worth.
All right.
Behind some of these.
I'm just reading to make sure that he doesn't have any other tricks.
You wily DM.
Are we gonna have to use are we gonna have to survive a turn of his in order to jump into the hole?
I think I'm gonna drop the hole and then just start grabbing people.
I can technically grab people with my echo as well.
All right. So Hasik, you cast Cloud. That's your turn. Matt, it's your turn. What do you do?
In the middle of this cloud that we're all hunkered down in at the base, I take out the hole that was given to me and lay it on the ground and say, all right, everybody, it's astral plane or death, and I'll tell you what I choose. And I hop in the hole.
Okay. You enter the portable hole.
Oh God, we didn't look if there's anything inside of it. Oh, God. Just filled with jello. It's just
I was gonna have a dozen starving, crazed weasels. As you jump in, it's not filled with Jello. The druid circle that you went to couldn't get 6 million good berries, but it's got like a healthy layer of Jello at the bottom of it. At least a couple inches of Jello.
Oh my god, I start lapping it up.
All right, some guy, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna grab the 2 Aarakocra, one with my echo, one with myself, and jump into the hole.
Okay.
Can I use my
dragging everyone with
reaction
me.
to try to? Can I use my reaction to grab a decent-sized rock and pull it close to the hole to try to like obscure its presence?
Yes.
Cool. Then I will do that.
All right.
As he pulls us into the hole, I'm gonna shout, "See you later, Draggy boy!" at
Oh,
Shardalon in
well.
common.
I'm surprised none of you guys took a pot shot at it with all this going on.
That's my cloaca!
The rock is on fire. And all of its attacks are melee attacks, so that's all it does. A Shardalon, dragon of the world before, uses all of his movement, 300 feet plus a 300-foot dash, to plant himself directly over the portable hole, which has not been closed yet. His eye is large enough.
Been closed. What?
It takes an action to close it.
Does it?
Yeah.
It does.
But he used
one of the
his,
Aarakocra couldn't do that?
he used
He dashed,
everything.
though.
He can't, and his legendary actions refresh, but he can't use them until one other person takes their turn. His eye is at least large enough to conceal the entire thing, though he's not going to lean down there for you to poke him in it. So he just leers down there, and you can see a huge pulsating scar across his heart. His scales, his crimson scales, are tinged with rot. This infernal fire burns behind his eyes, this ancient, cruel hatred as he
I wish we could see
leers
all that
at
past
you.
the fog cloud spell.
It would be really cool
Oh, cool.
if you didn't
Sounds
have
really
the smoke
cool.
machine running. The smoke machine runs, you're like, hey guys, is something out there? I can't tell.
I would imagine the smoke starts sort of glowing orange from the glow of whatever from his glow.
Oh, he uses his bonus action to activate his elemental aura.
Nice.
It emanates 30 feet in all directions, including into the portable hole. All of you take 16 fire damage. Ooh, neat. So you absorb 4 of that?
I think I just gain resistance for that attack, but
And then you can fire back. Okay, great. So you only take 8 points of fire damage. Oh, also 16 points of lightning damage. That is it for the dragon of the world before. Cleek,
I am bloodied.
okay. What would you like to do?
Can I close the hole?
Yes, you can close the hole. You fold it up.
Can I chat with a Shardalon before closing the hole by any chance?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, hi there, big guy. How are you today? Oh, so you don't speak common then. Bye! I close the hole.
And then the
Wait, you should ready an action to close the hole when he fire breaths. That way he doesn't just open the hole and then fire breaths.
I also wonder why you just let him know that we were alive and not crushed to death by the rocks.
Or any number of things.
I mean, I presume he can see in the hole.
Well, the fog cloud is still there.
not
So
close.
he can see through the cloud.
roll a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on the fog cloud after you take damage from his elemental aura. All right, well that solves that problem.
All right. So can the hole be opened from the outside?
Good question. You better hope not. Darkness closes over your heads. The sounds of the mortal world are suddenly snapped shut. The oppressive presence of a Chardalon dragon of the world before is gone, as if the fire was extinguished. You are left in the cramped darkness with your companions, a dwindling air supply, and about 2 inches of jello. Meanwhile, in the mortal world, as the rock up above burns, the massive dragon... How can he possibly do this with his huge ass hands? Oh, perfect. The massive dragon looks down at the tiny folded cloth on the ground below him.
He goes after me. I'm ready to get action. If that hole opens up, I'm going to close it again. Just FYI.
His magic lifts the folded cloth into the air. He holds out one enormous claw, closes it around the portable hole, and flies away. And that will conclude our community game. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You have now been abducted by a Chardalon.
Wait, did you just say he flew away with us? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, no, he takes the portable hole and he flies away.
So do we suffocate to death?
Can I taste the jello?
You can taste the jello.
What's it taste like? Good berries?
It's good berry, yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this before I die.
You said that if the portable hole gets killed while we're inside of it, we get sent to the astral plane, right?
Correct.
Can we break the hole from the inside?
I open the flap, I shoot a fireball out, and then close the hole.
Okay, so you're opting for option C. You could choose red, blue, or green, and you shot the Star Child instead. All right, so...
I want to dive out. I want you to open the hole while he's flying with it. I'm just going to drop out of it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to the astral plane. I'm not staying with this dragon.
Who's staying? Who's going to the astral plane?
Our buddy already sent a message to town that told them to get out. We were trying to tell them to get out ages ago. Whatever happens to them, we can't help them from here.
Okay. Quick, Dr. Strange. Could I have given the feather to the messenger guy?
Oh no, the feather's way too big. It's much larger than a squirrel.
I mean, we're not going to even be able to collect that money.
Okay, is
any money when we're dead?
Last call. Is anybody trying to escape from the portable hole?
I am.
Okay. All right. You jump out of the portable hole.
Question real quick: should we give you one of the feathers that way in case you somehow get away? That you can get back to town?
Sure, yeah. Give me a feather.
We have 3. We can give you one. That's no problem.
All right. So confirm that you have the feather. Is this your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
I have a feather and I'm jumping out of the hole.
Okay. Here's how this goes down. Because you all go ahead.
And I am doing this as stealthily as possible. Like, I'm not gonna flap. I'm just gonna just drop out with sort of my wings tucked in, so I'm making as little noise as possible. I'm hoping he doesn't notice me.
Okay, so you drop out. Roll a stealth check. 15.
Plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Well, how long do you wait?
I didn't wait long at all. I immediately opened that thing and threw a fireball.
Well, no, I stopped concentrating on Pass Without Trace when I cast Cloud, so it wouldn't be up.
All right, and are you able to recast it?
No, I don't have enough spells.
Okay, Playboy.
Wait. If he's telling us he's gonna leave, can I cast invisibility on him before he goes? I can concentrate on that.
Yes, you can cast invisibility on him.
I'm gonna drop invisibility on him. Give him advantage.
Roll a... Go ahead.
Wouldn't my is he within range of my Pass Without a Trace because the hole is open for this moment?
For the first 30 feet.
All right, so note that.
He still gets advantage though, so roll again and see if you get better than a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly a 15. Okay.
Hey, you know what? There we go. But at least you're invisible.
Yes.
All right. So, two things about Chardalon. One, his passive perception is 35.
Okay.
And two, he has true sight in a 60-foot radius.
Okay, well, there you go.
And
However, he moves faster than 60 feet, so he can at least be out of the true sight.
he will see you when you move away.
Yeah. I mean, he'll follow it, and then he'll go invisible, and then I'll have to find him.
Right.
By the way, he's not going to go back and eat that rock? He's not.
No,
It's on
we
fire.
cooked
How
it
do you
for
eat
him.
something that's on fire?
He's a fire dragon.
That doesn't mean he eats when it's on fire.
you're not sure why he's doing this, honestly.
Because our DM is an asshole. That's what he's doing.
No, a Chardalon finds you guys much more interesting than the rock.
Oh, goody.
This is
It's the
much.
Echo Knight thing, isn't it?
It's because I taunted him, isn't it?
There's a lot of reasons. He got portented, there was an Echo Knight, he got taunted, there was magic going on. The bird is cooking itself, although the concentration on the wingbind is certainly going to end. But he basically finds you more interesting and possibly entertaining than eating the rock. So he decided, wouldn't it be funny if I just stole them, took them back to my base, and then, what are you going to do now? But we're going
to
with
the astral plane. That's what I'm doing.
going to the astral plane. All right, in initiative order. Well, no, not quite. All right, so you dip as far away as you can. I assume you're just going to fly as far as you can. I also need you to roll an acrobatics check to get out of his claw, which is where he's holding the thing.
Okay, yeah, and I am going to do what I said before and sort of free fall, but direct my fall opposite the direction he was going.
Okay.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
Okay.
So good.
Acrobatics 16. You weave your way between the talons of a Chardalon, and then as soon as you're clear, Matt, you will all take fireball damage from this because you're opening the hole. Go ahead.
I have control flames, so.
Well, no, I have buddy, so I throw the fireball out, and as it's flying away towards the dragon, then my buddy with his reaction closes the hole, and we're good.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you're ready in action, I'll allow that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, I've got allies, and we got time.
Okay. He did not expect this. I'm not going to be a dick and let him counterspell it. Because he could. But he definitely did not expect that to happen. All right, so two things happen. One, then Anacra slips literally from between his fingers. Two, his fingers explode. As one might imagine, a Chardalon dragon of the world before is immune to fire damage.
Yeah.
But as this happens, the walls of the portable hole evaporate, and suddenly you find yourselves all floating weightless between the worlds.
Oh, God, thank you.
Only the echoing sound of yarp to keep you company.
What is that?
Yarp.
I just start trying to rotate myself around.
This is another fine. It's just a big dumb guy carrying somebody's head. Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten us into.
Hey, before it ends, can I just roll an Arcana check to see if I know anything about the astral plane?
Yeah.
Yeah! We'll be fine, guys. Don't worry.
I'll studying the astral plane for your entire life in preparation for this moment.
Absolutely. As the YARP happens, I sit down in midair as we float around in the astral plane. I pull out my books and go, well, gentlemen, what a fine mess we've gotten into. And I start explaining everything I know about the astral plane and prepare us for our life here and how we can eventually get out and hopefully get back to the world we knew.
In return, I will share all that I know about the chorus too.
Glorious! Oh, that's all I wanted.
Nice.
Yes.
You guys are actually in pretty good shape. Meanwhile, in the mortal world, you were attempting to juke a Chardalon who has a 35 passive perception and therefore noticed you slipping out beyond his grasp. He's going to roll an intelligence check in order to calculate the likely trajectory. I'm going to let you roll an intelligence check or a deception check, whichever you're better at, to increase the DC of the check that a Chardalon has to make.
If you can inspiration, now's the time.
If you can obfuscate his trajectory, like if you can do something to not fall obviously, then perhaps you have a chance.
Ooh, yeah, maybe the rock
lasting one turn.
If I notice him noticing me, I will try to fall in a juke, 90-degree turns.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll deception or a raw intelligence, whichever is higher.
You've got this, buddy. I believe in you. Ooh,
Nice.
20 total.
baby.
Just increases the DC. This guy has a ridiculous stat block.
But maybe he'll roll low. Or maybe he'll roll a 19.
Okay. He adjusts course for you immediately. There was about a 50-50 shot at that working. You had winnable odds. Do you have any other tricks up your sleeve? And if not, do you have any last words?
Colton.
What was that?
How high above the ground am I? And is there any sort of cover, like, I want to say forest, but I prefer something not flammable.
Forest. It's forest. You're about 300 feet up.
Okay, and
Use the rock feather. Go back to the Sky Kingdom.
Call Vinder.
do I know what this rock feather can do, or what I can do with it?
Roll an Arcana check. Or a Nature check, whichever's higher.
They're both -1.
You're a ranger. Okay, Arcana it is.
You have
You
no
know
idea
nothing.
what it can do.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to I'm gonna arrest my fall
Mm-hmm.
and dive into the trees.
Okay.
And again, I am like changing direction as I do this.
Roll a stealth check. Because the invisibility is gone, because the caster of the invisibility is no longer in the same plane of existence.
Got it.
Stealth, unless you have another stat that is linked to sneaking around and escaping.
Stealth is still higher.
Yep, roll it. He identifies your location, or at least your rough vicinity. Uses his 300-foot move speed. And breathes his abyssal breath. A maelstrom of fire and lightning rings out in a 330-foot cone, which is part of why the calculations weren't that difficult for him. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
330-foot cone?
A 330-foot cone.
I mean, why even start counting after 150, you know?
Roll a dexterity saving throw. 23.
Oh.
Not bad.
If only
bad.
you were a rogue.
It's a 31.
Fails.
It's a 31. Yeah.
Oh god.
I remember that happened in the encounter in the main campaign. Someone rolled like a 20-something on a saving throw and fails.
I told it to roll the dice and it's taking a while.
You wanted to see what this dragon can do, and now you get to see what this dragon can do. Hello.
64 D12.
I am going to. I'm gonna hold the rock feather between me and a turtle on like a shield.
Both it and you are incinerated.
Even with absorb elements, I'm completely dead.
Oh yeah, there's nothing left. You are atomized. Where once there was an Aarakocra, not even ashes remain, and a huge swath of forest is annihilated. It looks like somebody dropped an air fuel bomb in the area. Okay, that will conclude our adventure.
GG, everybody. That was a lot of fun.
GG.
They are gonna need the Book of Dawn to fight this thing. How much can he use this ability?
Good question. You should ask him.
I bet you it's recharge 5 to 6. That's what I bet you it is.
Even money says, yeah, it's recharge 5-6. So yeah, honestly, guys, I set this up as a race against time encounter, not a you will all die to this dragon encounter. But there's no fun if you don't have the freedom to make interesting choices. So I appreciate all of you making this interesting.
This was a lot of fun, mate. As always, amazing job.
This is incredible.
It was great.
Thank you all for playing, and again, thank you all for watching and supporting the show. It's been an awesome. The show is only fun because we have a great community, and we will let everyone know when Quest for the Book of Dawn returns. We are working on bringing it back. It's just a bunch of scheduling issues. But again, this has been ECAT, NinjaManMat, NWCTim, and Some Guy. Thank you all for playing, and thank you, chat, for joining us. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for all you do, mate.